Akibono's fucking Akibono I think is 7 foot.
I don't know about
that. He's like 6'8". He's close.
Was he?
Akibono was fucking.
When did he
Fuzzy
stop
Wuzzy wasn't actually.
Was he fuzzy?
Akibono, early 2000s, I'm pretty sure.
So I'm gonna tell you right now, Akibono.
6'8".
This is I knew he was fucking big because how I was introduced to Akibono or even any kind of most Americans I think know who Akibono is. Also, by the way, we are simulcasting on Levy Land.
Just the old channel that we haven't changed over yet. But
so we're on Ruckus Fights. We're also on Levy Land. So subscribers that are seeing us on Levy Land, and we'll say this throughout the broadcast, please switch over to our Ruckus Fights NYC. We have the link in the description to the new channel. I'm asking one of you, dumbasses. All right, cool.
No, that's in your head.
All right,
well, then
so
I'm dying.
Anyway,
Shio Tairyu, big pusher thruster, kind of on his way out. He'll probably hit hard early, and then
whatever you're doing is fucking with my shit. I can't.
Hidanumi. Oh yeah, wrong one. Hidanumi is 89, so he's 20, 30.
It's pretty loud. You feeling loud?
Well, no, I was just getting too much of you.
Oh, sorry, dude.
No, it's okay. I like it.
Oh, now I'm getting a lot of you. This is gonna be fun. Oh, this guy looks like So wait, did we do fantasy this?
No.
All right.
We're gonna set up some kind of betting
next
pool
tournament
as it goes on. Well, there's special prizes.
Oh, so you want to do like a DraftKings?
week,
We're doing a DraftKings kind of a thing.
It's gonna be more like I don't know something to compare it to.
Like
maybe
daily fantasy.
So yeah, well, I think we're gonna do guessing who's gonna get the special prizes. And who's gonna win the U show, stuff like that.
Okay.
And we'll wait to the second week because
who's gonna poop their pants?
I don't. Yeah, exactly.
I suggested
don't
most
poop their
losses,
pants.
so yes.
I like my. Oh yeah, so who's gonna shit the bed? Figuratively.
Shit the bed, yeah.
The shit the bed prize goes to. Oh, but what I was saying earlier about the Akibono thing, and we'll get to the fight, but I know that they're gonna throw some salt and like waste some time.
Yeah, we got a minute.
The Akibono thing, like I think most Americans who know anything about sumo, like the only thing they do know is probably Akibono because one, he was so prolific in pro wrestling. He actually was on, like when I was a kid and I was still watching pro wrestling like religiously, he was at a WrestleMania and he did a legit sumo wrestle with Paul White, the Big Show. If you know him from WCW, it would be the Giant.
Is that the Big Show's name?
The Big Show is Paul White.
Paul White.
Yeah, that's his real name. Who is 7'2", 500 pounds at the time he wrestles Akibono, and Akibono fucking throws him out of a WWE ring. Granted, they didn't have fucking ropes, but it's way higher than a fucking doyo. And those guys are fucking like built for that shit, but it's insane. But Akibono was a name. Plus, he was in MMA for a while. He did a lot of Pride and I think K1 at one point. He was like in those
the biggest.
He was in a lot of those freak show fights in like Japan when MMA was like kind of just coming up.
I think he's the physically largest sumo wrestler like of all time. Basically,
wasn't he like 700 pounds or like 600, something like that?
I just saw a graphic where they were comparing Teruno Fuji to him, and he looks small by comparison.
Oh, he's a fucking Islander. Those Islanders are fucking huge, dude.
Yeah,
him and Musashi Maru are the only two American Yokozuna ever.
And was Musashi also Islander? Like, was he also? Yeah. Dude, Hawaii. I'm telling you, those Samoans, like that Samoan blood is fucking next level. Like,
do you guys know there was only ever one English, UK sumo wrestler?
Yeah, and he surrendered a lot, right?
No, well, actually, he was really good, but he came up at the same time as Musashi Maru.
Oh, so go fuck yourself. Oh. Was he white?
Yeah, he's a British guy. There's also a Canadian guy, the Earthquake, from sumo. From wrestling.
Yeah. He was also
ruined everybody when he went into sumo, but then he quit because they were bullying him, and it wasn't.
You've told me about this. Yeah. Well, he did a lot of pro wrestling in Japan
was
too.
Sumo?
Earthquake, from WCW. Yeah, he was part of the Dungeon of Doom.
Japan, but not He was good, dude.
He was
he went undefeated every match he did, 21 in a row.
He has some of Hulk Hogan's post WWF career. When he left WWF in the 80s and went over to WCW, some of Hogan's best matches are with Earthquake. He was...
You mean Shockmaster?
Well, he was Shock... Well, he was Earthquake for a minute, then he was Shockmaster. Wait, we got the fight going. Here we are. Oh, my God. Just choking him.
I've never seen him do that before.
Oh, go fuck yourself.
Tyra was learning how to use the thrusts and
Now,
stuff.
where's Bobby Elvis? Is he in this tournament?
Takakeshi
Thrust
at
into
the
a
end.
slap down. Definitely really good.
Never
there
seen
if,
that out of him before. I hate to call it, it's a comeback.
He's just choking the
All
fuck
right,
out
Shio
of him.
Tairyu Yusho. I'm calling it.
Crazy choke.
Maybe Akashi Koshi. It's been a while.
Yeah, he might just not lose.
Now, question, Neil, and you or Brendan. Actually, you can Google this because you got the computer right.
I might know.
Fucking. So in the first UFC 1, I think it was 93. It's the one that Hoist Gracie wins. It's like the one that put MMA on the map for America. There was a fight. The first fight was a French savate kickboxer versus a sumo wrestler who was from Hawaii.
I've seen this video.
But I don't remember, one, what that sumo wrestler's name was, or if he was a legit Japanese
Rikishi.
sumo wrestler. Yeah. Against Teletui, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that his name? So look up Teletui. See, I'm just curious. Because, like, I like seeing where the crossover is with this sport. Because, like, I think that it's literally, I mean, like, a lot of the grappling moves that I see is very similar to like judo that we see in the Olympics and jiu-jitsu, like traditional Japanese jiu-jitsu, pre-Brazilian influence, and it's he doesn't look big enough, and he does like I think he just
he's got the right build. He could have been. I mean, I'll look it up, but
Yeah.
Any
Double
crossover
check
is
the feed.
very frowned
watching
upon by the Sumo Association.
Right.
That's one of the
Oh, yes,
reasons
I
Rocky
promise.
Bono is not really loved, let's say,
Make sure it's
because
not
he went and got money after he did sumo.
yeah, but I mean, like, was sumo paying him anymore? You know what I mean? Like, I can't frown upon that
Oh,
guy.
hey, I figured out how much is in the envelopes, and we can calculate how much each match is worth.
Really?
Yeah, we just have to count the number of banners. You get basically $245 out of each banner. And then 245 also goes in a retirement fund, and then a small amount goes to your school.
Sumo career. We found him. So his real name is what? Taylor Willie?
Brendan, we're still on YouTube.
Yeah, everything's good. He was not good. He started in Mizumo, and then he made it up to the fucking...
So he was legit, though.
Yeah, he was. He was just never salaried, and he sucked.
Well, I mean, he sucked in UFC. He got his fucking head kicked off. So the story is in that fight, and I don't know how. I don't know, Neil. Are you into UFC at all or no?
Not really.
No. Okay. So like UFC, like I was always a boxing fan, and then like when I saw UFC for the first time, I was probably, I don't know, 8, and I was like hooked because like me, like I don't know, my uncle was a fucking huge. He was a second-degree black belt in Seido. Me and my brother were both martial artists like our whole lives. I got into boxing at a pretty young age and stuck with that just because I hated stretching. But like I did kickboxing, Muay Thai for a long time, and then but UFC changed my life. I was like, holy shit, this is like this is the next level shit. And that first fight you see on UFC 1, and it's like they're in this crazy. It looks like fucking 90s dad fights. It's like Mortal Kombat with like your neighbors.
Didn't they wear like jeans and stuff?
Some guys did, yeah. Like it was nuts. And fucking this Teletui versus Gerard Giroux or whatever the fuck his name was. Gerard Giroux like punches him in the face, and he goes down, and he's on his knees, and he's like the fat guy's on his knees, and then he fucking kicks him in the face with a roundhouse, like as hard as he can, and his foot just goes like right into his mouth, and the guy's teeth go flying, and one of his teeth fucking lodges in his foot. Oh wait, hold on, we got a fight going on right now. What do we got? What do we got? What's going on?
Danny Aoyama versus Toby Zara.
Boobs.
Pretty good start.
Boobs.
Can't really find his footing.
Boobs. Slap down.
Oh, got behind him. That's pretty good. I wouldn't say that was Aoyama's best, but he didn't back up and walk out or anything.
Man, I gotta be honest. Fuck his best. If that guy wins, I'm impressed.
Yeah,
They both had one Kachikoshi this year, so been a rough year.
When's Bobby Elvis coming in? What
At
fight
the
we
end.
got him? Oh, he's still at the end?
Towards
He's
the
a
end,
top rank.
yeah. I mean, he's an Ozaki that
Oh, is that
doesn't
why-
ever have
oh,
a chance
okay.
of winning the tournament, but he is an Ozaki.
Hey, man, you never know.
That's kind of the interesting crossroads right now in sumo. With the retirement of Hakuho and the anointment of Terano Fuji, there's definitely a lot of pressure on Terano Fuji because Ozaki have now established a reputation of being pretty bad and inconsistent over the last like 2 years. They maybe win one tournament a year.
Well, I feel like they get hurt a lot.
They get hurt.
Like the injuries are really debilitating in this sport, is what I've picked up.
Even though they get injured a lot, though, like when an Ozeki has a 10-win tournament now, I'm surprised, and that's not supposed to be the case. Like it's a rank where in the past, if you had it, you're expected to like do really well, like very often. Like if you look at a lot of the better Ozekis in the last like 20 years and compare them to our current Ozeki right now, and just look at their like 5-year snapshot, it's like ridiculously bad.
Yeah.
For anybody watching on YouTube, we are actually also streaming this live on our website, ruckusfightsnyc.com.
You can also hit our Patreon on there.
Yeah, you can give us any amount of money that you want.
Any amount. You can give us some yen.
Yeah, any currency even.
Yeah. Give us a whole Bitcoin and we'll suck your dick.
Yeah, I do it for a half.
I mean, no. I got standards.
Like, it depends on the dick. Let's see.
Well, you're actually you're actually a little gay though. So.
I'm a lot gay.
I don't know if I believe that. I've seen your face when I've given you a hug before.
It's because
you smell.
I'm so flustered because Senpai finally noticed me.
Oh, fair enough.
Senpai Jankinishiki.
What's going on? I thought we. Hold on. I thought we. So that's like what, 700 yen?
It's $490 they get if they win this.
So it's like what, 500,000 yen?
It's yen is just 100 times. Like a 1 yen is like a penny.
That's what I said.
Yeah, I'm just giving you the. Why don't you go ahead and meet me outside? I have a talking to.
You don't want that. I don't want to tell you what time it is tonight, bud.
You got a belt on?
But yeah, because of the inconsistent Ozeki performances, Terunofuji really has a lot of pressure on him. Hakuho basically left the sport because he trusted Terunofuji to, give the fans a good tournaments and stuff. That was a huge factor. Hakuho.
So we're really in a big time transition right now, is what's happening.
Huge. Oh, and big shout out to, speaking of transitions, Jason Harris, Jason Sumo, has announced that he's retiring.
Shout out to Jason, man. He fucking started it all, especially for English speakers. Big fan of that guy.
Yeah, he was the
We probably wouldn't be able to do what we do now if it wasn't for him to like start it all for us. So
absolutely,
big shout out to him. Happy retirement, brother. We're happy that you're doing this tournament too. Real quick, who we got right now? That one?
Chiyo Shoma.
That's what I said.
Versus Kotoeko. So that's Kotoeko on the screen right now in the lavender belt.
Gym rat bitch. Okay.
Yeah, he just loves sumo. He's not really big enough for it, but he's passionate about the sport. It makes him happy to do it. And he's
kind of like how I was with boxing, but I feel like this is a more sustainable sport to do that with.
I think you're more suited to boxing than he is to sumo.
Wow.
Kotoeko also from Western Japan. So he's having a home tournament here, also from Western Japan.
Well, we're in the southern island right now. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh wait, isn't it usually at Saitama?
It's usually in Tokyo, but or it has been because of the pandemic. But there's 3 different places. They do it in Tokyo, here in Fukuoka, and then in
Saitama.
Osaka.
I thought.
And Saitama is like
the super arena where Pride used to be.
It's a suburb of Tokyo.
Oh, so but they use that arena, don't they?
No, for Jungyo they do, which is like the tour that they do.
Oh, that's the one that comes to America where they like give you sushi like in your seat.
No, well they go to rural places that it's hard to get sumo, and they do little shows, and it's like unofficial, so the top guys can fight the bottom guys, and it's a chance to wrestle each other.
It's like house shows for WWE.
Yeah, there's nothing on the line. But it's fun for old people and kids to see.
Quick question. Did they ever go to Okinawa?
Okinawa. They're pretty close.
Because I feel like that's a pretty big hub for like.
They might go for Jungyo, but there's never.
Oh my God, he's dead. He's fucking.
They gotta rewind that one back.
Those guys are pros,
dude. Can you imagine getting a like fucking 400-pound guy just hurled at you?
Did he do bad last tournament? Why would he henka him?
I don't know, but fuck me.
Yeah.
That
Oh, he did. Yeah.
Shoma always hankers.
Shoma only picked up 5
dude, he
wins
threw
last
him out
tournament.
like he fucking didn't pay his tab in the village.
That was so good. He reached right over his face to blind him.
It's
Hakuho.
Shoma. I love how excited you guys were about a Chio Shoma
Dude,
fucking
that
Hanka.
that fucking
dude-
ref shit his pants. That guy was like, "This is it."
Dude, everyone.
He didn't
needs
even
to
get his
strap in
hands
as
up.
soon as
He
the
didn't even get his hands up. Oh
Chio
my
Shoma
god,
Hanka is basically like breathing.
He has a force field.
bro! Can you imagine being like fucking 200 years old and just like someone throwing a 400-pound man at you?
Koto's one of those
Koto
small guys.
Echo got thrown at somebody. If you had to ask me who I want thrown at me, it'd be Koto
Yeah.
Echo.
Fuck that! That
No.
guy's man's bones are made of glass. He starred in the new M. Night Shyamalan movie.
No, he's not even really there. He's hologram projecting in like at the end of the Force.
Oh, he's like
Awakens.
Tupac? Yeah.
Yeah.
He's sitting there fine. He acts like he did not just eat that guy's balls. That's fucking crazy.
No, they put a back brace on him so it looks like he's sitting up, but he's actually unconscious. Or Weekend at Bernie's.
What do you call those guys? What are those refs?
The Gyojis.
Yeah, Weekend at Gyojis. That's what I was trying to say.
Dude, if I had heard just the audio from you guys, I would have thought like Chiyomaru just got like thrown on a 6-year-old child by like Terano Fuji hanking. It's like Chio Shoma, the most notorious hanka guy in the whole division,
Shut up, nerd.
hanked somebody.
I don't. Well, my question is, why would he do that to a guy who's so much smaller?
Oh, wait. Was that...
Because that's his special technique.
I
dude.
know, but holy fuck, dude. Like, he threw
No,
him
we
like...
were just talking about him, Brendan.
Chiyoshoma's
We
got
were
a.
just talking
He
about
has a
him.
great.
I know, but that Gyoji, like, had no time to
He has a
react,
great
man.
physique.
That's crazy.
He looks like Hakuho. If he tried harder, he could have, I think, a Yokozuna body. But I mean, you're saying it right now. He'd rather Hanka than learn how to fight.
Yeah, exactly.
He only picked up
He's
5
Mr.
wins last
Tricky.
tournament, so I get it. He's hungry.
Next commercial, we're going to take a video break. Just a heads up for everyone who's watching. Video audio
next
break
fight
for the
is,
next commercial.
Oh, well, actually, they might be on a break right now. I
Oh,
think
so
that's
actually,
why
okay, we're going to take a quick, like...
Walking
We're
off.
gonna leave the broadcast on though.
We're going to leave the broadcast on, but
Yeah.
you're not going to see or hear us for about, like, 2 minutes. Just give us a little bit of time. Thanks, guys. Okay.
名勝負を繰り広げた小兵力士の代表格舞の海技のデパートの片鱗を見せた2番をご覧いただこう。まずは初日、相手は南海のハブと呼ばれた極道山。
Also, I guess during this time, I'll go over something interesting I heard from a Hakuho interview. His 2 most memorable bouts to him were apparently his only Kimboshi ever, which is basically because he was a Yokozuna for his like whole career, versus Asashoryu. And then when he lost at 63 wins in a row to Kiseno Sato, the record for most wins in a row is 69, and he was cut short by Kiseno Sato. And apparently he said that motivated him to always fight for the win, which I'm pretty sure he had several hundred wins by that point, so it's kind of funny that he said that, but
まあよく考えた取り口ですし、面白いですね。はい。
工藤さんうまくね、投げられてましたね。
そうですね。
ちょっと体硬いかったのでね、前のに左からこう投げられて。
surprisingly, too, Kakuryu said that Hakuho used to come to his stable when they had no wrestlers in Juryo or Makauchi. So he really kind of spoke for Hakuho's character and helping people improve. So that's kind of why he thinks he may become a good coach, which is interesting.
後ろから好きですよ、後ろからね、立つっていうのはわかりますけどね。まあここでうまく左入りましたよね。ここでね、刺されるとね、もう前の有利ですからね。あとも極道山さんね、ちょっと体硬いんでね。
そうですね。はい。
バレーはめちゃくちゃすごいんですよね。言っといてください。はい。
We haven't seen him yet, but Kiribayama is Sanyaku now, which is the highest he's ever been, and he'll be fighting Terunofuji tonight. So Shin Komasubi versus Yokozuna tonight to cap off the night. Really interesting match.
そうですか。そして、舞の海さんとの対戦がありましたが、
はい。
その結果は、
そう言われると俺負けてるんですよね。
I imagine too, before the tournament was going to start, I was going to kind of accentuate how much being in Fukuoka is kind of big for these guys because they've all been pretty cooped up and the tournaments have been in the same place for a while now. So a change of scenery is pretty interesting.
縦に取られると、
はい。皆さん、ここ、お尻のここのね、
縦の部分
ダメなんですけどね。
はい。
こう取られてしまって、前に出たんですね。そこまでして勝つか、みたいな感じでしたけどね。
じゃあもう、執念を感じた。
執念感じましたね。怪我も僕してたんでね。悔しかったですけどね。勝負に負けましたね。はい。
覚えてらっしゃるもんなんですね。
覚えてますね。大体でもそういう風な感じだったらね、まあ一番しか負けてないんですけど。
Strange thing too, when we were talking earlier about the transition period for sumo, it's somewhat, I mean, Juryo is pretty stacked, so that's good, but it's somewhat worrying. There's only been 2 new debuts in Makauchi this year, which is the top division. Midori Fuji and Ichi Yamamoto in January and July, respectively, both debuted in the top division. But it's one of the lowest. It is actually the lowest of all time full year with debut in the top division. So not only is the talent not really cycling, there's really nobody challenging for title. Like the Ozeki are not challenging for titles consistently at all. And thankfully, the resurgence of Terunofuji's career and now hopefully somewhat long apex is going to help keep moving the sport along as far as excitement and dominance and stuff like that. But with the talent churn kind of seeming on the slow end and the Ozaki's not really doing their part in contending for the title. All right, it looks like we got Ura here against Tamawashi. It's kind of an interesting match.
Yeah.
Neo, we're back. Thank you for filling us in.
Hi, guys.
We could hear you. We were just taking a quick break.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're good. I just was getting some of my notes out.
Yeah, that was huge.
So right now, next fight, Brendan.
This is Uda on the left. Everyone's hot on him because he's young and healthy, and his matches are exciting. He's kind of full of shit. He hasn't like settled into a niche yet, but he's
not a fan of the
he's
pink
bombastic.
belt.
It's
young and healthy. Look at that knee.
Oh, it's a sumo knee.
Oh, okay.
He's sumo healthy.
Okay.
And he's fighting Tamawashi, who won a Yusho one time on the day of his daughter's birth, and that's his only real accomplishment. Never been a big fan of Tamawashi, but mostly because he used to fuck over him and Goedo. Every time Tochinoshin had a really important fight, one of them would show up and fuck it over for him. So I'm still bitter against Tamawashi, even though that's water. This is 3 years ago. And
extremely powerful pushing attack from Tamawashi.
Oh yeah, he's not allowed to use the belt.
Just call him Walter White. He's a fucking top level pusher.
True.
I don't get that reference.
You never watched Breaking Bad?
Ooh, what the hell just happened?
What?
Tamawashi did literally nothing and basically just fell over.
Huh.
No.
I missed that.
Maybe he's got to
All right,
poop.
the fan's up. Let's. Why is he so far back?
Oh! Get fucked!
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean,
what a great leg pick. That's why he was so far
That's
back.
that's some Greco-Roman shit. We got an American.
Yeah, but he should just be in. I mean, he should just be in charging. He just kind of looks like he's going to receive, which is not what he's supposed to do. And then Ura goes under, but like not that quickly, but he's totally fooled. That was just terrible.
I wonder how much of that was planned. Like if his Oyakata gave him that one, or if that was just Ura being Ura.
Dude, that was fucking dope. I haven't seen that was a single leg takedown. That's
I love
a
the
fucking
hand in front of the face. That's exactly right.
Yeah, no, it's fucking perfect misdirection. I mean, this is what you do in Greco-Roman wrestling, folk style. Freestyle. You want to get a good leg pick. That's how you fucking go for it.
He grabbed
man.
the leg, but then he also headbutted him in the side of the chest to get the momentum moving.
That's a full tackle. Like that's.
Yeah. That was great. I'm looking forward to this tournament with him because I think he's coming into his own.
I'm all about the big impacts on these. Like I know, like that's not what the sport's about, but holy shit,
No,
when someone get right, that's right, because it was to awaken the
that's what
fish
sumo
god or
means.
whatever, right?
Ozumo means striking one another.
Right. I want to see a point where someone just like says fuck it to like the like not the rules so to say, but like the unspoken rules and like just slaps the fuck out of someone for a win.
Oh, it happens.
Shohozan probably tried to do that tonight. I didn't watch his match, but he's notorious for just like slap boxing the shit. He like rarely.
That's the guy I like, right? Yeah, you've shown me that guy before.
Is the rule spoken or unspoken regarding the truffle shuffle?
The truffle shuffle, I think, is just comes with the territory. Chris
come
is
around to the camera and do that for the.
Chris is not what we call a
Traditional
performer. I love how we all had. Chris is what we call a handicapped mentally. No, never mind. That's not funny. That's right.
As long as you know it.
He sucks.
He is no. That's the thing about Chris. He's fully functioning, and he just is like this.
Yeah, Chris eats cottage cheese out of a fucking bowl
with a fork, no less.
Yeah,
no, that's not true.
I'm still on the cottage cheese thing.
For everybody just tuning in now, we've got two channels. If you're an old subscriber, if you're an old person.
If you're over 65, you don't watch us.
Please tune in to actually that's the who watches sumo in Japan. But we have two channels. We were on this other one, Levy Land, last tournament. If you're one of the 20 or so people tuning in there, we're now on a dedicated channel.
Who was the guy who was like our best fan?
Michael Parker,
my girlfriend.
Wow, the legend.
Shout out to the king.
I hope he comes back and finds us here.
Don't deny us, Zach.
How was that steak dinner with me?
Yeah.
It's just all callbacks.
Yeah, that guy was fucking dope. Shout out to Michael Parker.
If you want to check out any of our early content, we're going to have that on our website pretty soon.
Yeah, we'll archive everything.
And also, we attempted, we could talk about this real quick because we don't have a fan up yet, but we attempted to do the Lethway tournament, but it is still postponed because of COVID. But we will be covering other sports. We're going to be doing a little... not documentary, but I think we're going to do a little like podcasty stuff dealing with Calcio Fiorente, which is the ancient...
So close.
All right, fuck you,
Damn
man.
straight podcast. I'm not editing any documentary.
Yeah, I know.
Calcio Storico.
No, it's Calcio Storico, but differente.
Yeah, Fiorente.
Yeah, you know, it's fucking Irish guy trying to fucking correct me.
Italy...
Guy can't even fucking say gabagool.
The concept of Italy was created to advertise Carrabba's.
Take that the fuck back. And Carrabba's is actually a pretty okay chain restaurant.
Carrabba's is great. It's like if Olive Garden was a restaurant.
I gotta say, honestly, it's like if Olive Garden was a restaurant.
I'd like stop mid next sentence and just laugh at that.
I'll tell you what. No, I mean like as an Italian, we ate at Carrabba's. Carrabba's was like an okay.
Yeah.
We're out of town. We don't know if there's real Italians in this town, but there is a Carrabba's.
Right,
we would go to.
Up.
Oh, okay, fans up. Who we got? What's going on?
This is
smart people.
The guy on the right, Hosho Ryu, is he's a legacy. I think his uncle was Neil.
He was a fisherman.
Asashoryu,
his uncle was named Neil.
Before Hakuho.
Oh, here we go, and
that was to be expected. He's a big judo guy. There's a ton of pressure on him to be like the best, but he's still.
I'm just intrigued by the fact that his Japanese uncle was named Neil.
Yeah, it's actually
Near.
No, I'm not gonna and that. So some of the other sports we're thinking about doing, Batarak or Betrayect.
Which one's that? Is that that's Senegali wrestling?
That's Irish stick fighting.
Oh yeah, no, we did talk about that. And
not to be confused with Bacharach, much less exciting.
Burt Bacharach.
What do you get
He's not allowed
when you
over
fall
anymore.
in love?
Dambe, back home, rough and tumble. We've got tons of stuff that we're lining
Which was
up.
the Senegali wrestling I was telling you about, where they tie their hands together and like club each other?
Dikembe Mutombo.
Deathmatch.
Dikembe Mutombo? No. Who said that? Was it dumbass?
Yeah.
I don't know. There's like, so we're looking for obscure fighting sports. So
Yeah,
if you're
if you have one
listening
you
to
wanna
us,
The only way to respond to me on that one is no.
Carla's stream is ahead of us. When I watch here, I'm behind you guys.
Who said that?
What do you mean?
Neil said
Try
that.
not to say that.
No,
on
it's okay,
air,
man. No,
why
that's-
I'm typing it.
Oh, because you can't watch.
Yeah, but I mean, how else am I gonna fucking?
The private chat.
We're watching.
Well, when I type to Chris, he usually responds like instantly.
Yeah, no, he's packing a bowl like a fucking stoner right now. So, it's not a big deal. I mean,
it's just tough because I spoiled the match, and then the last time I just said nothing, and then the one time like 3 matches ago, I was like basically.
so speak when
30
spoken to,
seconds.
nerd. No, I'm kidding.
If you disrespect our correspondent,
I know
one
this
more time,
isn't
thinking
actually a
about that.
sumo
watch.
stream, and you're just
Watch.
testing out your
Hang on, check
comedy.
this out though. I got you fixed. I got
Yeah.
you fixed here, Neil. Hang on, I got you fixed.
yeah.
All I gotta do, I think, is do this real quick. Bear with me.
Can we get that demon voice back?
Yes, we can play with that next. Hang on.
I don't want to.
Where's the Pokemon banners?
Yeah,
dude?
what
I'm
happened with that? I
waiting.
thought that was a real thing. You guys had me all
It is.
fucking.
It is real.
Yeah.
Just keep an eye. Okay, so Takayasu.
Who has
I'm
entirely too much chest hair?
I'm hoping he's got the best back here in sumo.
Perfect,
I'm
you're the
hoping
best,
that he
Chris.
doesn't.
You know what we would chant if it was
isn't
wrestling?
burning out,
Shave your back. Shave your back.
and that's why
Now,
it's not wrestling.
Neil is now live with us.
Oh,
Perfect.
Perfect.
So Takayasu was an Ozeki for a really, really long time. He was like the second in command to Kiseno Sato. I think Araiso Oyakata now.
okay.
Correct.
And then he started falling apart. But he doesn't look that hurt, does he?
No, he looks like he's about to fuck shit up.
I'm
I gotta be
hoping
honest.
that he's just sort of like recuperating.
Who's the
'cause
Japanese guy across from him?
That is Endo Shota.
Oh, Endo.
Yeah, he's sort of like the sumo sexy bad boy.
Yeah. All the girls like him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, him and Shohozan apparently.
He's
are
like
the-
the James Dean of sumo.
exactly.
Yeah, big fan of that.
He's he'll try. He tends to come in and beat all the top tier guys, but he'll take losses against like really hungry up and comers because he doesn't want to hurt himself. So it's a mixed bag. I don't know. I think he'll probably give his all against Takayasu, but he doesn't really have a reason to, I guess, except for to get the wins.
How much is it to get a sweater made from this guy's back?
Well, they harvest it bi-weekly. Or biennially.
I mean, that's a.
Well, it's funny you say that because not back hair, but when they retire, they take people like prominent figures will pay money to cut part of their top knot off.
You mean like someone will pay for a part of someone's
Like
top knot?
Conan O'Brien will
Just for the
ask to
privilege
cut
cutting
some
a
of the
piece.
hair.
Yeah. Everyone in the fan
Not
club.
Conan O'Brien, but a guy like that.
Right. But you're saying it's the cutting of the hair
It's
that's
really
the thing,
Jay
or it's
Leno.
the having of the hair afterwards?
I don't know if they get to keep it. That seems
The
like they
cutting
would want
seems
to,
cool.
right?
The keeping seems creepy. It's very dichotomous for me there. I
Yeah.
gotta say.
I don't know what happens to the hair, but I know that it's they love that. It's like a huge privilege to get to cut the top knot.
15 tournaments as Ozeki. I would definitely
Takayasu?
give the edge to Takayasu just because of how scrappy he is.
Oh yeah, he's got
Again,
better
I
ring
know.
sense. He's older. He wants it more. I hope he makes a comeback. I don't think he's necessarily done yet.
For speed of playback.
Oh.
Like I think we're using a lot of
He like tore his bicep. He had a lot of little
too.
weird injuries, and I think
Well,
that's why he's like a Yokozuna can take tournaments off and nobody cares. They can take that time to rest, but Ozekis kind of have to keep showing up or they get demoted, and that's
Oh no, I just yeah, okay.
even if he just sticks around as a Sekiwake or something. I think it's an integral at this stage in the game because we know nobody in the top division is going to be the next Takuho. Everybody knows that, even if you barely know sumo. So what we're really waiting for is from someone from the down in hell to climb up here, and we need guys like Takayasu who fought against Takuho to stay in the top ranks up in the Sanyaku, so that there's gatekeepers that are going to test these up and comers and make sure that they have what it takes to actually be a Yokozuna. Otherwise, we're going to get Kiseno Sato all over again.
What about the guys that come up from Sauvignon Blanc?
I'm not going to yes and that.
I love how much you guys
Yeah.
hate me. It makes me feel so good.
Takayasu really,
The fight's about to start.
he got a little bit of a raw deal, kind of like Brendan said. He went 8-3 one tournament, then he had an injury set, then he went 3
And
3,
here we
5,
go.
and 7. He was basically just hurt.
Shoulder blasts, a little tempted an arm bar. Both kind of just trying
We're
to
getting
find
a
their
lot of-
ground.
It's not me.
Oh, classic.
It's not me.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
for him.
Yeah, Takayasu's got a favorable grip.
Oh, Gyoji's down.
Oh.
Bird's eye view. Or snake's eye view.
Oh, who went out first?
Oh,
It skipped.
see
It
it.
skipped.
Yeah, let's see this
Skipped
replay.
on our fucking.
Let's see what the replay is.
So
I think
Gyoji is gonna give it
Takayasu got
to.
that.
I gotta be honest.
Wait, hold
and
on. Let's see who they give it to.
Neil, the stream that you're watching is
Mono
it
E.
skipping?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
probably the most skippy I've ever
By the way,
seen.
Neil, not the one that I gave you, the other one that you were seeing before, right?
Like the one that you're just on Twitch with, following with us.
The one that I'm watching on our call right now.
No,
it skipped a little bit
forget
during
that one for a
match.
second. I was saying the
The
other
other
one.
one was that
it?
twitching as well. Not to.
Oh,
Glitching.
no.
Oh, see, so maybe there's okay.
Where's my internet's clean right now? It's going through clean.
While they're deciding this Mono E, I
Ooh,
want to
that
share.
looks Takayasu to me all
me
day,
too.
baby.
Yeah, Takayasu's out.
I want to drop a piece of interesting trivia.
Fantastic.
Normally, one of these Mono Es is called by one of the Shimpan judges. They raise their hand. But I found out today that actually they're not the only ones who can
Dude,
call
that's
it.
a crazy way to fucking land though. On
Several
your back.
times, Hakuho has called a Mono E. He even tried to call one on his own fight once.
that he
Wow.
got out first.
Yeah, they called it against him, and so he tried to call a Mono E. He was like, "No, get up slow motion. I didn't fucking step out first." And then he did it once for Kakuryu. Is when Kakuryu was first coming in as a Yokozuna, he lost a fight to somebody. I can't remember if on hair pulling, and Hakuho was like, "No," from like the sidelines, and they listened to him. And they got up and they ran the replay and they called it in favor of Kakuryu.
Did you hear me earlier when I said Kakuryu apparently said that Hakuho just showed up at his place when they had nobody in the top two divisions to just train with people?
Bring up Carla on your screen.
Oh, okay. Oh, so
No,
we
he's
can
on the
watch
same-
her.
He's on the same bandwidth.
That is Carla.
I know, but I want to see if.
What about putting she's on the same internet?
Hey,
That
everybody.
is so close. I don't know if Endo's hand touched before he got
You should have
flipped.
things going on there.
I think it was dead body anyway. We talked about
Yeah,
that
he
last
should
time.
be.
I know.
So I don't know why.
I just want to double check.
You do it.
It's worth it. You have the device.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
He has a device.
I have a fucking. Okay, everyone who's watching, look at this fucking iPhone. He has a goddamn fucking Google
Yes,
Surface.
everybody, it's my fault that Zach's phone is shitty.
God, I hate you so
Please
much.
donate money so Zach can have a.
That's our new sponsor, the Google Surface.
I'm gonna beat the.
You have
Sp-
like 3 computers.
By the way, no, I don't. They all got stolen. I told you about that. Myrtle
What?
Beach. Myrtle Beach.
like
when you
like
left.
last weekend?
No, like last year. I have an iPad, and it's like from fucking 2010. What computer have you ever seen me on other than the iPad?
How is an iPad? Oh.
I don't have that anymore. It got stolen in fucking Myrtle Beach during the fucking trip. Before I ever made it back to Pennsylvania from our fucking cross country, it all got stolen out of my car in Myrtle Beach.
We were cowboys during the pandemic.
It's a really good time.
If you weren't doing something interesting during the pandemic, what the fuck were you doing, I guess?
Drinking
right?
on your parents' couch.
You know?
Because I was doing that before that. Sponsored by Handicap's Hot Fries. You're watching CHANKO on
one and
Ruckus
only.
Fights NYC. The one and only Handicap's Hot Fries. They also have ranch fries these days. Isn't that true?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, ranch
good.
fries. I'm a big fan of the cheese fries.
The whole family.
The old school, just cheddar, no hot.
Oh, they're making them to go again.
Yep. Oh, what?
Called it a tie.
What, they called it a tie?
Oh, that's retarded.
I've never seen this in my 2 tournaments of watching this sport. This is unprecedented in
We've had a
my...
rematch before. We've had a rematch before, I'm pretty sure.
This is unprecedented in my 16 hours of experience in the sport.
Yeah, it could have gone either way.
Never
It's,
before seen.
you know, inconsistent rulings, let's say.
Well,
Because they
Let's
could
see
have
who
ruled
can
Endo dead body 100%, like Brendan said.
Looks
I
like
mean,
it to
I
me.
gotta be honest. The guy in the purple belt, the fact that his back is not broken, is amazing to me. Just how big he is and how hard he twisted.
That's always the
I
thing
still
to
can't
me.
get
Where
over
I'm
I mean,
like,
like, I'm always amazed that these guys don't get more hurt. Like, I know that they're constantly fucking hurt, but when some of these guys land, like, holy hell.
yeah, because we were talking a pretty soft. I mean, I know that the earth is soft there as far as it's not going to like cut
really
you open
not,
like
though. It's
pavement.
clay,
What I
dog.
was going to say is I can tell it's not going to like cut you open like pavement, but it looks
God, he's
dense
gotta
and
fix his
hard, right?
belt. It's
It is,
not,
yeah.
what is the deal with that cameraman?
Like that's not like falling on a.
Right up Main Street.
We were talking, oh shit!
I wonder if beautiful strangers in the
I
audience.
thought you meant
Oh,
me. I'm
probably
like,
not.
guys, I'm trying to get you to frame as best as I fucking can. Here,
No,
okay?
no, we can't even see what we look like, you dumbass.
I
Oh, wait, are we off video right now?
Twins, by the
No,
way,
you
she
are,
did
you.
make the
Oh,
trip.
you're on.
asked
okay.
me to.
Okay, all right, relax. Fucking,
We're really good friends.
we're related.
Yeah, I
you
don't know.
piece of shit.
I feel like Endo's going to have trouble winning this.
Putting my picture on this motherfucker.
My computer's trying to stream to my Chromecast at home.
Oh, at home or Chobani?
No, like upstate.
Oh.
Nice.
Internet's good. It's not that good.
Yeah, Endo not getting the win on a drive-through there is pretty indicative to me. He's not going to win.
Fans up. I want Takayasu to just cream this kid.
Another slow-mo version.
He can't seem to get that arm grip.
Oh,
yeah, that's classic Endo. He tried his best on the first one.
Like, yeah,
dude, he landed so hard. I don't know, man. I can't be mad. Can't be mad. Don't hate the player, hate the Endo.
I'll have you know, I stubbed my toe while watering my spice garden this morning, and I only cried for 20 minutes.
You're a real Weenie Hut Jr., aren't you? Super Weenie Hut Jr.
Yeah, that was classic Endo. Didn't win the first match on the charge through because Takayasu did some good edge work and then he kind of just gave up.
Yeah, that did not seem as willful as the first one, yeah.
Yeah, no, exactly, Chris. That's kind of Endo's trademark. He's an extremely good technician, but whenever he has to really put a lot into a match for a win, if it's not against like Hakuho, he really doesn't give a shit.
That's why we're big shots. See, we got big
like people would have thought by now Endo would have been like Ozaki minimum for like 2 years. Like he was supposed to be like the guy. Like he was in college, like one of the most decorated college yokozuna in history.
Oh, is that true?
And
you know he fights under his real name.
What?
Did you know he fights under his real name?
Oh,
no, I didn't.
I love this guy who looks like he's 80 and he's like actually like what 26 or
why do most of these guys have like a nom de guerre going on there?
They all do. Like
dude,
they have like
Takara Fuji is the homie. He should.
You know who I'm talking about, right? Fucking bad hairline.
Here. He should eat Miyogiru.
He had a pretty good tournament last tournament. He had a pretty good tournament if I remember correctly.
Can we all just real quick just wave goodbye to the NSK ever syndicating us?
Why? Oh. It was nice.
Why is that?
Because we're smoking weed on camera.
Because we're committing apparently a federal felony in their country.
Yeah. Well,
doesn't mean you guys would do it there.
That's why we're free.
We're early in the game here. Eventually, we will clean this act up.
I'm sorry. I thought we were fucking free.
Eventually, we'll clean this little act up here.
Although Chiba Chews, if you want to throw us some money.
Yeah, or Weed World. Weed World, I'm okay with.
Okay, so this year, Takara Fuji has had 2 Kachikoshis in a row. He had a 7-8 before that, 3-12 in March, Sag, and then 9-6 in January. So
one more time, Neil, and I don't mean to be an asshole. What the fuck is a Kachikoshi?
It's a winning record.
Winning record.
Oh, okay, all right. Like
winning record.
A Makikoshi is a losing record.
Okay, eventually we're gonna have a segment where it's let's do some vocab, and I'll teach you.
Oh.
You guys just gotta...
that exists, actually.
So I was just going to say, it's one of the few things they
NHK
do.
made a thing called Sumopedia. If you're ever bored, Zach, you should just Google it and watch, like, every episode. You'll probably know, like, as much as me after, like, half an hour, because they're, like, 2 minutes long.
I've been watching this for 2 years, Neil, and I can barely pronounce half the fighters' names. I think you're underestimating how fucking dumb I am.
No.
No, I am, man.
You're not dumb.
I have a degree in reading lines, okay?
The character Zach for this show is like almost brain dead.
Who are you?
Okay. We're doing that. Got it.
Yeah. Listen, pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Pay no attention.
Yeah, I don't know. Miyogiru, if he gets a really good charge and Takara Fuji is off guard, he might win. But the thing is, Miyogiru wins with fast, quick, aggressive charging.
Yeah.
And Takara Fuji wins with attrition and being able to absorb that. Like, that's literally what he does.
Here we go. We're in.
I think it's over. Takara Fuji's going to win.
Yeah, he absorbed. It's done.
I feel like he's a war of attrition kind of guy. Usually the
Correct.
fights I see him in, he like really is good at just holding his ground and waiting for the other guy to just fuck up.
Oh, but
we saw a 3-minute match against Ichinojo last time.
Yeah.
He's holding. Wow, he lost his grip.
Hug and chug.
Sort of. We should do a
he kind of just lost his grip on Miyogiru and lost control.
You know, it is the first night you're going to see shit like that. At least like I feel like, right?
Like what?
Like
That's a good point.
Like first night
dude's
sometimes
coming out really
weird.
hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But first night sometimes like you have those like those losses that shouldn't have happened like on the paper.
A little guffaw happens.
There's a big age gap here too. I think they're like 6 years apart.
Filter fish,
Yeah, you're gonna see all kinds of Myogirio, Meisei. Is Meisei's fighting, right?
I don't know. You're a
They
Meisei.
say, yeah, he's in Sanyaku still.
He's coming up.
Don't
Meisei.
be a Meisei.
Onosho. Have you guys heard Onosho sing? Neil, did you see that?
It's not as good as me.
No, Takara Fuji's actually a year younger than Myogiru, by the way.
What?
Does he sing Elvis?
Myogirio looks like he's like 17.
I'm putting myself in this motherfucker, by the way.
What are they?
Picture of me in there.
Oh, great.
Let's check the broadcast.
Okanumi against Ichinojo? Oh
Shout
my
out to
god,
Jason.
this is hype.
Oh yeah, isn't this where he's living these days?
Okinumi is from
Is
Shimane Ken.
Okinumi the guy who won that tournament when I won the Booger Eater tournament?
No way.
Who was the guy that won that?
No,
Maybe that was
Okanomi's come
Tokushoryu.
close to winning a tournament twice in the last 3 years, but he's gotten runner-up twice.
He's a big, strong guy. I think he just lacks speed.
Yeah, good grappling. He's kind of like instead of the staying power thing Takara Fuji does, he kind of just stabilizes and hits a throw. But he's not as good at stabilizing.
He's not big enough, I don't think, to rely on his size, and so he has to use some technique. But he's not fast enough to apply those techniques. So in the end, he comes out average. But he's had a long
he's not
career, has he
stable
not?
enough against aggression either. Really,
He's been in it for a hot minute.
I'm really excited for when we get the fantasy thing back up and running. That was one of my favorite parts of doing.
We're gonna have to retool it a little bit. It was a lot of work.
This is the tournament during which we're gonna bring everything up to scale for you guys. So by the end of this one,
we're gonna
have a good
professional
model going moving forward.
I may stop dropping R bombs.
I think that's a cool idea. I was talking
That's
with
you,
Brendan a couple days ago, and I mentioned some interesting takes we could do on the sumo game. That's not just pick people and whoever gets the most wins.
No, I think we could. I mean, yeah, no. And we'll talk about that more as we flesh that out. In our meetings on the outside. But
hi, Dwight Rawson.
Hey, man,
in the chat. Good to have you
Dwight,
with us.
what's up?
We got a hello.
Good stuff.
We're very responsive to that kind of thing. So if you have any hot takes, anything you want us to maybe include,
and
in
he
the
left.
show. Yeah, exactly. Oh Christ! Don't look at me.
He was just waiting for the notice we sent by.
It's probably it's
As
fine.
soon as you mentioned it, it was over.
Yeah, it went from 2 to 1 instantly when we mentioned him.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Levy Land.
Oh, and now we have 3. Yeah, Levy Land's back. Michael Parker, I hope you're there. I swear to God, if you are, let us know.
Which, by the way, I'm going to repurpose that channel over to a
Ichinojo,
rare air.
unsurprisingly, has a 7-2 lifetime against Okanumi. It does seem like a terrible matchup for Okanumi.
Wouldn't it be funny if there was just one guy that was 110 pounds and just looked like the guy who didn't study for the exam?
He's wiry.
Yeah,
It's happened.
he's
They
wiry.
don't go anywhere.
I know, but
They'll never get close to this, Zach. That's the problem.
I know, but it's
Ichinojo.
Dream.
The Tachiai
This
team
is a
says
lot of
Ichinojo's going
work to get
Ozeki.
here.
No, I know it does, Neil. I'm not trying to discount the sport. I'm just saying I think it would be funny.
Yeah, it would be.
Like,
but
that's why I
it
love
would
it.
also be funny. All right, we're locked.
This is classic Ichinojo, and Okinumi saw it coming.
Yeah, he's
Who's
screwed.
I think it's
blue
pretty-
belt, right?
I don't know what their
Yeah,
head-to-head
Ichinojo
is.
in the
Ichinojo,
blue.
yeah.
He's in
I mean, he's definitely
Komusubi.
isn't he the veteran guy?
He's a
right
higher
now?
rank, but
Yeah.
I don't know that you could look at these guys and call it
Oh.
easily.
Oh, I thought that was gonna be.
little leg.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And he's out.
Yeah.
I thought he had
It
something
seems
for
like
him.
a bad matchup for Okanumi.
It looked like he was
Forget
prepared
about
for it
it.
to me.
Yeah.
But I think maybe he didn't want to burn out on day one. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
what
gonna
he's
say.
gonna try to hit a throw on him,
How often do these guys experience a tournament-ending injury? You know how in football there's an ACL.
happened.
Every week there's 2 torn ACLs on some team, right? So
Brendan,
much-
you want to take this? Yeah.
Basically every tournament, somebody gets hurt so
Yeah.
bad they have to drop out. And some people get hurt so bad they have to,
quit.
completely stop.
How did they
basically.
reconcile that versus like the fact that it's like a round robin? Like, do they have alternates or something? Or
It's not actually round robin.
No, people just get buys.
oh,
Yeah,
okay.
whoever they were
Or-
supposed to
Because I thought
fight.
everyone fights everyone
Incorrect,
once or
kind of.
something, right?
If
All right,
it's
Neil,
an
sorry.
injury, if it's an injury that happens like same day, like they can't account for, like the Tochi thing today, it is a buy. You're correct, Zach. But if the Banzuke or the ranking system becomes uneven due to too many dropouts and stuff, they start bumping up Jurio 1 or Jurio 2 or 3, depending, up to fill in to fight some of the lower Maegashira people.
Chanko fact: the
Your
daily
wisdom-
roster of who's gonna fight who is called a Torikumi. Chanko fact. Do we ever
Sponsored
have that?
by Andy Cap's Hot Fries.
Dude, I swear to God, I think this is kind of funny because I know this is a new operation
You
for
swear
us.
to God, you
but
think
if
it's
we-
kind of.
So, stretching out my thought here. If with you two on and Neil and Ian doing the translation to their actual stuff,
Yeah,
there's not going to be any more. There's probably not Japanese coverage that comprehensive.
there isn't.
I'm very comprehensive.
There's an English broadcast, but they don't translate almost anything from the Japanese broadcast. So I totally miss out on Wakanohana and all that.
And shout out to Ian's band Electrocutioner. They're playing live tonight somewhere. So if you like metal, look up Electrocutioner on Instagram and all that shit.
If you're in what city?
New York, Long Island, Pennsylvania. They're doing shows in Kentucky occasionally.
You said they're playing tonight.
They're playing tonight in I think
Or they
Harrisburg,
were.
Pennsylvania.
When he says Kentucky, he means the middle of Pennsylvania in between Philly and Pittsburgh.
That's
Getting
amazing.
lucky.
Neil!
They do a lot of like Long Island shows, a few Staten Island.
Long Island, Staten. Did they do
Brooklyn.
Mother Pugs out in Staten? That sounds like a
not yep. I think it is.
That's a
maybe where they were
shithole
going.
place that
Yeah.
a band like theirs probably plays.
Oh, they're
Up
straight thrash
next,
metal,
yeah.
like old school thrash
One
metal.
of my least favorite Takanosho against one of Brendan's picks from a couple years ago that he thought could end up being really, really good. He's taken his comeuppance and had some rough times, but Meisei is sitting at Seki freaking Wake once
Yo,
again.
Neil,
He's
don't
figuring
be
it
a
out.
Maysayer, all right?
Dude, I was. I didn't think. I thought you Takayama when Brendan and I were kind of talking around that time period of who the younger guys that were promising were. I
Takayama
didn't
has
think
like
Meisei.
You talk a big game.
Takayama has like a kindergartner look in his eye, like he's a sweet boy.
1,000-yard stare.
Meisei has like an 8th grader look in his eye, like he just wants to bully somebody. And not that I think he's he actually is a bully.
Are you projecting?
But when he
or-
gets on that doyo, I see like this mature intensity compared to the other young wrestlers, and that's what I liked about him. I could see that he wants to be great, but he's just a mess.
The eye of
He's
the
not anymore.
Rikishi. It's the thrill of the
Takano
thrill.
Pretty
show is-
interesting too. His win breakdown is 29% Yorikiri, 26% Oshidashi, 10% Suki Tioshi, and then 35% other wins. Also, he has all winning records this year so far.
Can
8
we?
and 7 and almost everything though.
Okay. Nope.
Takanosho is one of the most powerful pusher thrusters, and I think he gets totally forgotten and written off.
So who's the?
I wonder if
who's
he's
favored here.
Yeah. Who would be the betting favorite?
I think anybody who is anybody would say Meisei, but I think he
Like in
wants a belt
Vegas
grip.
odds.
It'd be like a 2-point spread probably for Meisei.
Oh,
just
so
'cause
we're
he's got
talking
better-
a pretty like fucking toss
It's
up.
close.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
If he
close.
can get a belt grip, he'll probably win.
And Takanosho is red belt,
Correct.
and then Meisei is purple.
Right.
Fantastic.
Takanosho's a steamroller.
I was just checking my colors because sometimes
Meisei's very strong too, but I don't think he can out. He's later.
they do seem like, I mean, physically they seem like they have a lot of the similar attributes.
Right.
So
I
I can
like to see
understand.
that.
Yeah,
So in a pushing battle, the bigger guy wins.
looks like the one's got a lot of.
He tried for the
mosquito-
grip right away. And
What? Oh my god!
That was impressive.
Yeah.
it went down just like
Thanks
I guessed.
for coming out.
First he fucking Toro'd his ass. And
I believe it's
then
Olay.
Olayed him. Yes, he
Yeah,
Olayed him.
Ole.
Yeah, he went for a grip, couldn't find it, and lost. It's textbook.
So what, you kind of overcommit and they get the better of you? Use your own.
Specifically in this match.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's exactly.
Seems like Meisei Takano showed.
No, I think Meisei
He showed up.
recovering from that right there and then pushing him forward. Meisei looked good, but Takanosho had mobility.
Did you see? He tried to lean into him, and then it was like a family.
No, did you
guy
see that
fall
knot on
over.
his head? He has a fucking knot. He got fucking busted.
Every guy have a knot,
Takanosho has a fucking little mouse above his eye. Fucking, he got either cut or burned.
Right here, watch.
Zach, I was gonna be like, Zach, every guy has a knot on his head.
Hysterical. So here, look. Right above Takanosho's eye when they zoom back in. Right.
Come on,
turn the fuck around.
God
you
damn it.
bitch.
They'll show him there, no?
Right there.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a good little hematoma there. Boink.
Took a headbutt.
Oh, without a doubt. I think it was right off the bat.
I feel like
Yeah.
they don't.
Does that change anything?
So wait, what do we have? 4 more fights?
That enough. Yeah. Mitakeyomi Ono show.
Only 4?
Correct.
So we're not going. So we're going to 4 a.m., not 5 a.m. these days.
That's right.
Oh,
Why is that?
because of daylight
savings.
Oh, I'm almost disappointed. I thought we had a third hour.
I did too, actually. I was.
Well,
yeah.
we can
just
cover some other stuff,
or just
We're gonna keep the party going.
I think we'll probably go for another half hour after.
There's a ton of cool just shit to catch up on. So.
Yeah. Also, I do want to talk about the upcoming Tommy Fury versus Jake Paul fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, right, yeah, cover other Ruckus fights things,
yeah.
not just CHANKO things.
As far as I'm concerned, anything up to 5, I'm good with.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Neil, you're of course welcome to stay for the party.
I would hope Neil stays.
Pay us $5 in the tip jar, and we'll say anything you want, no matter how heinous.
Nope. I'm vetoing that. No. As the one who says heinous things on accident all the time.
I think it's on my
nope.
Facebook page too, on my business.
What?
That's okay.
Well, I mean, yeah, you
don't tell them we're not going to do it.
We're trying it out.
No. We love it when you do it.
Okay, Mitake Yumi is coming up. He's in the sort of umber, rust-colored belt.
Burnt sienna.
You gotta break out,
that's what it is.
You guys have to break out the 64 crayon box for this one.
Yeah, no, this is definitely the rich kid crayons.
This is not the 8 or 16
This
count.
this has the sharpener in the back.
No, I'm not sure what the heck.
This is the kid who had the good Play-Doh.
The kickstand comes out the back of it.
Like his mom didn't do arts and crafts. His mom just sent you to like a fucking Dorney Park situation. That's a local fucking reference that I don't think anyone's gonna get. Dorney Park.
Tasty
It's like
Cakes.
Dorney Tasty Cakes.
Brought to you by Tasty Cakes.
Shut up. Stop telling people I'm from the valley. Fuck.
Now, maybe you're from Philly.
Nah, they know. Fuck. I say then after everything. Fucking Chris,
right.
can you take a picture of us while we're fucking doing this for fucking
We're
promotional
on
purposes?
camera.
No, but in the studios. Oh. Brendan, you're a big dummy.
The key to taking a good picture is getting your eyes as wide as humanly possible.
That's not true.
It's a well-known
It is.
fact.
You can
Here, you want to take another one and see me do that? Go ahead.
Oh wait, hold on.
Yeah. Wait, one more. Okay.
How self-indulgent.
Buzz's girlfriend, Wolf.
All right, Ono show, super powerful pusher thruster, doing super well for himself, and actually, I think a lovely singer.
Can we do when we do our other like our after or breakdown podcast? Can we listen to him sing?
Absolutely.
I think I could beat him in a singing off. I'm just waiting for Bobby Elvis so we can sing his theme song.
Absolutely. Well, he's probably second to last here. I'll take a look at that.
I think he is last. Or no, Terunofuji. Oh no, Shodai, right?
Oh, actually, he's next.
Oh no, he's Takakeisha, right?
Mhm.
That's him. Yeah.
What's
Wakatake?
actually the most powerful pusher thruster in the game.
Wakatake.
But that's all he does.
Francisco.
Ono show. It's not Francisco. It's
No, it's from
because we
Elf.
did this.
That's from
No,
Elf.
I know what that's from, but it's
Oh no.
it's a different. Hold on, I'll come up with it because we did this bit already. Everyone kind of I think expected Mitake Yumi to become great, and he's just only ever been very good.
Is that Bert Sienna?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he wins.
Man, pretty handily.
Fucking handily. Neil, any input?
Yes.
We
What's
do like
up?
a toilet flush.
I had to make coffee for Grandma. It took a little longer. I had to make coffee
Fucking
for
4
Grandma.
a.m. Who are your grandparents?
And they're getting a fucking coffee?
Dude, are you
They're really cool.
Are you
Grandma's
Italian?
coffee.
What the fuck? Like that's like some
Yeah, I'm
fucking.
Italian
Not
for
a whiskey.
Covio.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I didn't know he was a fucking. I saw Jenkins. I figured he was one of yours.
No,
what's
my
that
dad was
supposed to
adopted
mean?
and he's a piece of shit.
Oh well, fuck that guy.
Farrington would have been my actual name. Well, that's his adopted name.
You goddamn upstaters. Like, you all have, like, fucking, like...
Zach, what were you trying to ask Neil about this fight that just happened?
I was just saying, how did you feel about the fight? That was it.
I see.
It looks like just Mitaka Yumi dominance. Hot take. Mitaka Yumi is the new Endo. He basically never will win, but he basically outperforms like 90% of the people.
That tracks.
It's definitely it's an above lukewarm take.
Let's see how old he is. Mitaka Yumi, born in 92. Ooh, he's young.
When you drink Coors Light out of a wine glass, it makes it fancier. Sponsored by Coors Light. If you drink 25 of them, you'll be drunk by Christmas.
Stay hydrated. Drink Coors Light.
Dude, honest to God.
So Mitaka Yumi has had 27 tournaments in Sanyaku.
Oh,
Sanyaku,
guys.
So, whoop.
Bobby Elvis.
Wise men
say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you.
Let's go, Wakataka Kage.
That is Waka Flocka Flames' uncle. For those of you just tuning in.
But yeah, Mitaka Yumi now is the 17th most third most appearances all time at Sekiwake with his 17th tournament there, and the record is 21. So he's probably going to end up having the most Sekiwake appearances.
He's kind of Sekiwake, but I mean, I don't know.
He's like what Kenan Thompson is to SNL.
Fuck you, he's good. He's gotten much better.
I didn't say anything bad about him. Oh, he's the longest running cast member.
Why? Why?
He's
oh, I thought you said shut up.
No, just don't scream for a second, for like a minute.
Keenan.
Oh, did they bang? Yeah. Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Keenan has been on for like more seasons than anybody by a huge margin.
Farley used to be that guy though. Farley was on for like an insane amount of seasons.
And then it was a Daryl Hammond.
Daryl Hammond and Jason Sudeikis was on for a really long time too. Can we talk about fucking how bad Weekend Update used to be for a hot second?
It got pretty bad.
It was so. Well, who was that guy from Pittsburgh?
It was a really specific.
There was the guy.
Sketch.
Who is it now? Colin Jost and some other guy?
Michael Che.
I don't know.
Yeah, Jost and Che now, I think.
It's just like, let's say things to make each other laugh at this
Everyone
point.
tries to do their own thing with it, and it's sort of like if they brought in a new person to play like androgynous Pat or something every season. Like, let it die.
You know what though? I think people get a bad rap because they're there performing other people's writing sometimes. So we'll be like, so and so sucks. They're not funny, but they're
I think a lot of the writing sucks on that show. But
that's what I mean. But that's not everyone does that, right?
Did you ever hear the story about Farley and Norm? Norm tells it. It's about Farley and Norm Macdonald on Pat. And Farley. So Farley, like it's Norm's like first day on set, and they have like an after party after like the first episode, and Farley like takes Norm, and he's like, "You gotta come with me. I gotta tell you something no one else knows. It's an SNL secret." And he's like, "All right, Farley, whatever, fuck." And like he leads him through the back like stage of 30 Rock, and he like goes into this back room and he checks the room for bugs, and then Farley turns to him and goes, "Norm, what I'm gonna tell you, something no one else knows. Pat is a woman."
Nice.
Yeah.
It's like finding the Philosopher's Stone.
Yeah.
Speed versus power here, basically.
Right, yeah. I mean, Wakataka Kage's flying around the goddamn room. I'm sure he'll try to like get behind him or try something tricky. I doubt he's gonna go head on against a guy who can only go head on. It's not like he's a Takakeisho of days of yore where he could, recover like a badass and do all these crazy footwork things. He's basically just a wrecking ball now. So I actually kind of like Wakataka Kage for this fight, and I think it would do wonders for his weird little reputation of a come up.
Oh yeah, 100%. I don't know though. I feel like thinking man sumo is so rare now that part of me thinks he is just gonna go head on and get eaten alive.
Not this guy.
Eaten alive.
I don't know, man.
I bet you one bag of handicaps.
But
They're
also,
free
I
for
can't
us.
believe you guys are Takakesho enjoyers, and I do broadcast with you. It makes me sad.
It's Bobby Elvis to you, bitch.
Yeah.
Here we go. And he's about to fuck this guy
He
up.
went
He
head
is
on.
going head on.
Yeah.
And Takakesho pulls off a pulling attack for the first time. Maybe
Yeah,
ever.
that was weird.
You ain't never caught a rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine. Ba-do-ba-ba-da.
Those chops
Almost
are
a
serious.
slap down, kind of.
Yeah, he kind of just guided him to the ground.
I'm happy about it.
Yeah.
He was like, hey, you're going to go there.
Like they both hit with the shoulder, not really a headbutt. And he had a higher position. Really, there's no reason. Oh, it's kind of like an arm bar. He got him under the armpit.
What's the average age of
Yeah.
retirement for these guys?
16.
35.
35. Has no.
Probably about
Why has no
34,
NFL
35,
team ever
yeah.
tried for like offensive guard or something tackle? The arm technique and footwork is insane.
I mean, if they
You know?
learned, if they could teach guys in football like this technique, sure. But to get a sumo wrestler to play fucking American football, like,
After
There was
retirement,
actually
he was
a
like
movie
32.
based
oh
on
yeah,
that
we've talked about
in
this. Yeah.
Syracuse. There was an indie movie filmed in Syracuse about that, hilariously.
What, like transitioning a sumo to American football,
Oh,
like
yeah,
offensive
yeah.
line.
Making an entire offensive line of sumo wrestlers.
Wasn't that also
yeah.
in the Longest Yard remake? One of the guys was like a
No, it was you had fucking
The Keanu
Chinese guy.
movie.
Joey Diaz was the center. Can of corn, I'll be fine. Can of corn. And then they put him on special teams, and he was the fair catch guy, and they like they fucked him up.
destroyed him.
Bob Sapp was in that movie, who was an MMA match. No, Bob Sapp's still alive.
Oh, shit.
The Great Khali was
The
in that
Keanu-
movie.
The Keanu football movie had a sumo guy in
That's
it
what I'm
too.
There's
thinking
a
of, the
Keanu
replacements-
football movie?
replacements. The replacement.
I've
Yeah,
never
the
seen that fucking
replacements.
movie.
Yeah,
Fun
that's what
movie.
it's
That
called,
sounds
right?
like dog shit. Keanu Reeves in a football movie?
He plays the
No, he's the
replacement
quarterback. I like that movie.
It's a fun movie. He, like,
Man, like I don't even like Point Break. Hot take.
but there's a difference between like
I don't
say,
even know what that is.
there's
That's
a lot
like-
of
that's a
movies I
big
would say I
Keanu
like,
movie.
but you wouldn't say they're good. Like for instance, I wouldn't say it's a good movie, but I liked it.
No,
Shit,
it's a fun movie.
exactly. It's a feeling. You
Fuck that.
enjoy
The Longest Yard with Adam Sandler is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Burt Reynolds is in that.
Burt Reynolds is in it.
For anybody just tuning in or who doesn't know, there's a link to our new. If you're on Levy Land still, what we were doing last tournament, we have a new dedicated channel.
Ruckus Fights NYC.
That's right. I just posted it from the new channel into the chat. So
Oh, fantastic. Yeah.
feel free to jump over there. We're gonna stop doing it on Levy Land. So if you like this, jump over there, or you can go to our website,
Michael Parker, we're talking to you.
ruckusfightsnyc.com, and we'll stream it there too.
And this is our last fight of the evening, correct? Or is this Shodai?
This is Shodai. And we actually have, I think this is the third to last fight, or second to last?
Second to last, yeah.
Shodai
Second to
versus
last.
Daisho. I love Shodai. He's the best. Shodai for Yokozuna.
You've made me a Shodai fan, I will say that. You've definitely made me a Shodai fan, and I didn't like him at first.
He just got the benefit of the of everybody wanting to beat his ass, you know? It's like classic story.
Yeah, no, and you know me. I mean, most of these guys that I do like, it's an underdog story. I think this is a cool sport for that too, because like it is so like cemented in like the like, you know, it's like this is who's supposed to be this, and it's like in other sports you don't have it so concrete. Like with like sumo, it feels like at least think about how I came into the sport. Like Hakuho was like the fucking guy for so long.
Yeah.
And like there's like I'm still fucking loud.
I mean, that's before I even came into it, Zach. I mean,
Yeah, it was like
Hakuo's
12 years ago.
brain is
Right, but I'm saying like
absolutely insane.
yeah, so take it from my perspective, like someone who came into like what 3 years ago. Is that what we've
Yeah,
nailed
about,
down?
2019-ish.
2019. Yeah, so that's three. Yeah, that's 2.5, 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
So fucking like Hakuho being like the fucking dude for so long, and it's like how the sport was explained to me was like this is how it is. Like these are the people that are good. These are the people that are gonna win. And there wasn't a lot of like really big surprises when I first got in. It was pretty like, you know, fucking business as usual kind of shit.
It's the same thing with like Tiger Woods, Tom Brady, Michael Jordan. When they're in the game,
Sure, but even like lower level guys, I remember like you would call the fight half the time. Like when we'd watch on the fucking, like when I'd come home from work and you'd be watching, like you'd be like, this guy's gonna win, and then he'd like get his ass kicked. Like one every
Hilarious.
10 fights, like you'd be wrong.
Brendan, it's funny you mentioned Tiger Woods. Someone did the calculations to equate how many Bashos Tiger Woods would have won if they could like transfer the numbers to sumo or whatever. It's 23. So Hako won 46.
So
just to show.
Who comes up with like the formula for that type of thing?
Someone
Jeez.
with way too much fucking time.
Crazy math people.
That's a guy.
Crazy math people.
That's a guy who doesn't have a fucking day
though,
job.
So it kind of sucks.
Or that is his
But
day
this
job.
should be a good match. Yo, Zach, if you want to see someone slap the shit out of somebody, you're not rooting for Shodai this match. Because I think if Daisho is going to win this...
Is Daisho the guy that broke that other dude's nose last time?
Yeah.
He's the Mongolian guy that doesn't give a fuck.
Well, it's this guy.
I don't...
Daisho Japanese, pretty sure.
I don't mean to be a dick.
Mongolian is nationality.
No, I know. No, that's what I meant. I did mean the national. It's not what I was saying.
Not to be confused with the other suffix.
Yeah, no. Easy.
Daisho's from Saitama.
From the Super
Yeah,
Arena?
Daisho might slap the shit out of him here, dude. So.
Put it on camera.
Okay, the weed? Yes, please.
Yeah.
Can I favor Shodai for this one because I think Daisho's going to have to be like all
Chris,
high flying if
we
he's
got
going
one
to do
fight.
it.
Here we go.
Here we go. Ooh. Oh my. That
Timber.
Really close because of that foot. The foot looked like it might have went out for Daisho, but I don't think they're going to call Monoe. But look on this replay. The left foot looked like it could have went out to me.
Shodai lost. I'm just sure of it. I don't think it was even that close, but it was exciting.
But look at this left foot when it goes towards the end.
Great. They both did like basically the same thing. And they try to
Parries him off.
Yeah.
Both went out.
Catch him in the neck, and he tries to do this Hakuho thing at the edge. Yeah, his heel was already way out.
Oh no, it was way in. You're right.
Oh, he's hurt.
Man,
that's a big fall.
So Daisho's name means the flying man of Sakae, basically. I mean, it's not a direct
He
translation.
fucking went flying.
Yeah, well, how about a perfect example, you know?
That was nearly as bad as the one you guys earlier with the throw him out.
Yeah, oh my god.
I
think that
the
Gyoji shit
bouncer
his
throw.
pants. That guy's dead.
We should see if they've replaced it. We should wind this back.
Yes.
See if it's a
Once
different
again,
Gyoji.
Zach thinking Koto Echo, who basically is the closest we get to a 110-pound guy getting thrown in.
I don't give a fuck. That guy was...
kill him.
Dude, if I got thrown into some of these Gyojis, they'd be dead. I'm only 260.
You're bigger than Koto Echo, dude.
That's not true. Fuck that.
If you're 260, yes.
I'm 260, 6'3".
Yeah, you're way bigger than him.
Wait,
You're
then why the
way
fuck...
bigger than
Why the
Koto Echo,
guys, then
friend.
why the fuck aren't we feeding me Chanko and sending me over to fucking Japan land?
We're actually taking donations to
Sadly, I
send
think
Zach
you're
to fight
too old.
Biamba.
I'm gonna fucking fight him. What's
We're gonna
Biamba?
set up a Jake Paul-esque fighting promotion.
That'd be
Yeah,
so funny.
happen.
Just me fighting random
Just fly
celebrities.
these guys in. Just fly them in.
Biamba was a sumo wrestler. He did really well. I think he
Who
was maybe
smells
like,
like
a
poopy?
Mozeki or a Komusubi. I don't think he was ever a Yokozuna. I'm certain he wasn't. But then he moved to LA and now he fights for the US sumo and you can go like get lessons with him and stuff. So
So
if
I
we
just
get enough
punch
money,
him in the throat. How does that sound?
just end his whole career.
Fucking show him what time it is.
We're gonna get
Biamba's
Zach out to
dead.
Los Angeles to fight Biamba. So put some money in that tip.
No
jar.
rules,
He's
Biamba.
dead.
Fucking
He's
no
dead.
rules.
He's dead. He's dead. He died.
He's
Yeah,
dead.
because he fucking heard I was gonna
Biamba's
fight him.
dead. He's been dead for like 2 years.
Well, we'll try to get him anyway.
I don't know. Yeah. All right, guys, we're at the main event.
I'll do it with a
Terunofuji.
shovel.
Terunofuji versus Litteriand.
Kiribayama. It's going
Thank
to be
you.
a really tough fight. He's a strong. A lot of people are looking at him to be like some sort of new great thing pretty soon.
What if
Shinko
we got a
Masubi.
Kyoji to fight me?
Shinko Masubi.
Yeah.
What if I fought
That's
a
his highest
Kyoji?
rank,
I
right?
want to
He's-
fight a Kyoji.
Yeah.
They'd ruin
It's
you
the
with
first
the
time
force.
he's ever been in Sanyaku.
Fucking spin kick a fucking Kyoji in the throat.
It's him, and tomorrow, actually, there's a Terunofuji, I think, has to fight Daisho, who beat him last tournament. So he's got like two
Correct.
really crazy fights right in a row. If anyone's going to wear him down, it would be here in the first week.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, the fights are just going to keep getting easier unless someone like really
Daisho
rises
looked
up.
really good against Shodai there. Really good.
Yeah, he did everything right. I mean, right down to like diving over the top of him to ensure that he would go out first, which this is what he does that anyway. I've not seen one Pokemon
Yeah, this is bullshit. I think you guys are overhyping the whole Pokemon thing.
No way, dude.
It's not us.
Horse shit.
Everybody's talking about it.
Guys,
Calling.
I think it'd be really cool if there was a 110-pound ant that was in the sumo.
Hey Neil, do me a favor and go fuck yourself. How's that sound?
I do
and
every
we're
night,
back
don't
to
worry about it.
Chanko.
I'm doing it right now.
Oh, Makuhita! Yes!
Oh, is there a...
There was a Makuhita banner!
Fuck yeah. Oh, and there's a Pikachu.
Pikachu,
Oh, and
Makuhita!
I'm
let's
the
go!
asshole.
So wait, they
Okay.
put them on the banners?
Yeah, I think they pulled some strings to get Nintendo to sponsor them because they're afraid the popularity is going to fall off. So
Yeah, they're trying to get all the weebs like the guys who are on this podcast.
I think
with
mostly
me.
children is their audience.
That's what
but
I said weebs.
yeah, alienate our audience. That's really good. Everyone who likes sumo is dumb.
I didn't say that I enjoy sumo, but you know,
Let's see here.
Dude, oh my god, I'm so fucking happy. We need money. Nintendo, please sponsor Terno Fuji matches.
that's funny.
Is someone
Wasn't
like,
Sapporo
heavily
like a
favored
big
here?
fucking sponsor for a long time?
What? That's American.
Big time.
What's Sapporo?
If you win the American Sumo Championships, you get like a case of Sapporo and $50.
That's it. That's it.
I like that beer. I like that beer.
I like
a lot.
Asahi better. I think super dry Asahi's that's the Japanese beer for me.
Good stuff.
I'll have to try it. Never had it.
Oh man, honestly, it's a bigger can too. It's like the Fosters of like.
Both of those cans you can like beat someone to death with. They're like
Oh, the Asahi.
Yeah,
oh well, no,
they're
because they're like
thick.
steel
That's what I mean,
cans.
they
Yeah,
weigh like a
they're like
freaking
old school
half a
aluminum.
pound.
Yeah.
Is someone heavily favored here over the other?
Terra no Fuji's pee out. What's going on?
Yeah, Terno Fuji, the Yokozuna, should be heavily favored. You would get like plus 10 on him or something like that, probably.
Is he the large gentleman or the?
He
large
is, yeah. He's the one
gentleman?
on screen
Third.
right now. He's got double knee braces, and he has a harrowing tale of how he came back from insane injury. So he was basically time bomb,
In
and
the
everyone's
burning
waiting to
heart,
see if anyone could...
just about to burst.
He's beginning his streak of being the only active Yokozuna one tournament in a row now. It's going to be pretty interesting because that's very rare that happens, basically.
What, to be the only Yokozuna around?
If he wins this,
Correct.
I think this will be, besides the one Hakuho one, I think he's won like every tournament this year.
Yeah, well, he's got 15 days, so
Yeah, I think you're right. But yeah,
We got a whole lot
basically,
of
yeah,
tournament
Chris,
to deal
it's
with,
really
guys.
rare there'd be a solo Yokozuna. The longest it's ever happened is, I believe, 21 tournaments when Asashoryu was.
I'm calling it now. Terra no Fuji does not win this
Yokozuna
tournament.
before.
Well, if his
Hakuho,
knees
yeah.
blow out, he won't.
I
but
just
he's
said,
a
I'm saying it
guarantee
right now.
otherwise.
So on day 15, when you guys are all like, I thought he'd win, and he's dead. Fucking.
I'd be
like-
more impressed if you could guess why he won't win.
I don't know. He shits his pants. No,
Under the
You think it's the knees?
No, I
or
think-
you
I think
he
it's-
gasses out.
no.
early?
I think he's gonna. I think he's too injured. Those knees are fucking beat, dude. He didn't really even look good in the last tournament. Like he won, but like
He looks commanding
He
all the
looked
time.
pretty good.
Here we go. He's not flashy, but he looks commanding.
Boom.
large.
Oh, it's his
gentleman.
signature move.
Let's see here.
Well, why is he going for the belt?
yeah.
Just looks like he's got the arm locked up. Oh, one's loose.
Kiriyama might have had something for this.
The
Oh, now he's got him. Oh, and then he gives it up. What's going on?
Wow, that was so smart.
Oh, we got another belt grab though. Outside on the right.
Yeah, that's
Whoa!
so
Yeah,
weird.
but his grip is so good.
Yeah, body
Oh
weight.
my
There you go.
God.
Oh, what the?
Oh, and he's
Dude,
out.
Did he step
Brandon,
out?
You
No,
were
he
totally
tossed-
right, dude.
we
You
gotta see
said
that
it
replay.
as soon as Kiribayama had a good chance to get that like underarm grip on the belt,
Mhm.
Terno Fuji just fucking locked it in, dude.
It's like he is almost like Takayasu used to do, where he like baits you and then clamps on.
Yeah.
But it all looked like. I mean, my screen glitched a little bit, but did Teruno Fuji step out before the? Is that why they're doing a replay? What is this?
I think it's just
No, it's him saying how the match went.
Well, how'd it go?
Yeah, right here, it looked like he was going to be able, slightly before this, to get that grip, but Terno Fuji just went inside.
Yeah, what the heck?
It looked like he was almost going to leverage
You know what? I will say.
Fuji up.
I will say this.
It did.
I will say this. Like as far as like shrimping and like inside clinch work, like from like other martial arts, you're looking at a game of inches. So like, there's a lot that we can't see just based on angle. It may seem like that belt got dropped. It may not have. But if you're looking at this ending right here, just all that weight when he puts his foot down. That's what launches. It's all in the hips.
He got him up from underneath too. It looks like
he like literally pushed him from his gut into the air.
That was like a hay bale.
Yeah, like if he had him by the throat, it would have been a fucking Undertaker style choke slam.
He had so much control with that inside grip.
Right, but I'll tell you what, he was in trouble after the first initial. Like right there, he's in a little bit of trouble. But this is where you see that armbar that it's like a reverse armbar he's throwing to like kind of shrimp him over to the other side. And then once
the thing is, though, he has that armbar because of that grip, and if you saw his back,
no, he has the belt. Yeah, no,
never left the ground.
No, I agree, but I'm saying he's waiting for that left leg to be able to be put down to shift all of that force. Yeah, his own left leg.
That's a good.
Because like that's how we used to do. So like in boxing, like there's something called like a shuffle step, or like a pivot step. Where like I'm a right-handed fighter, but then all of a sudden I go left-handed stance to throw a left hook to the body, but I'm perpendicular to the body, so I'm really just hooking. Like it's hard to fucking explain, but like you're like, let's say the guy's on the ropes. You're visible. You can just show them. Yeah, like let's say the guy's on the ropes, right? So like you guys can see me. Guy's on the ropes here. I do a forward attack on him, but then I pivot to this side to throw a right. But so all the power's going to where the hook would go instead of like, I don't know, fucking watch a fucking Gennady Golovkin fight.
You got a diagonal to the target and you have an anchor point that you can play
it's simple physics, to be honest.
The way he put his foot down looked exactly like a Shiko stretch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know,
100%.
The way they stomp is textbook.
Yeah, very wax on, wax off kind of shit.
I just really liked that because Teruno Fuji established a really strong technical base there and used belt work rather than basically his modified crush out type total body lockup he's been using really often to win his matches. So, and Kiribayama looked pretty good. I think he's going to have a really good tournament, actually. I'm not going to say double digis, but
I will say I'm very excited for this tournament. I think we saw a lot of real. I mean, once again, we've said it is day one. People do tend to fucking go a little harder in the paint right off the fucking gate. But I'll say right now, I'm very excited for this tournament. I mean, like for people who were worried that this was going to be like a tournament that's hard to get people fucking watching sumo, we saw a lot of exciting fights tonight.
Yeah, right off the bat. As soon as we tuned in, people were flying through the air.
I mean, we're getting yelled at by the studio downstairs.
Because we're so
lit.
Yeah, my prediction, strong tournament for Abi. I feel like Daisho
my prediction?
Probably will have a strong tournament. Terence Yoshi is going to be out after like 4 days.
Oh, just because he's already hurt?
So, very quickly, guys, on our side, we're going to take a short break.
Like 2 minutes?
2 minute hit the head kind of just, take piss breaks, and then we're going to be back for the after show where we're going to start talking about some other stuff that we're doing. And
we'll have this on in the background. So Neil, if you want to just like describe anything that you're seeing there, you'll still be audible, okay?
Yeah, Neil's gonna fill in the gaps because he's good at that. And we'll be back in about 2.5 minutes. Thanks.
Yeah, I don't know. After what we saw tonight, it was kind of a pleasant surprise. It didn't seem as pushing heavy as a lot of recent tournaments have been. So that was nice because I find all pushing tournaments to be a little boring. We had, let's see, Oshitioshi, Oshitioshi, Oshidashi, Hatakiyomi, Oshidashi, Hataki Komi, Kikitoshi, Okuridashi, lots of technique variation. Watedashi Nage, Ashitori. I mean, that Ashitori, though, the leg pick ahead on Tamawashi was so, like, just free. Tamawashi was so, yeah, but, yeah, not a lot of just straight up Yorikiri. The first Yorikiri win actually doesn't even happen until Sakura Fuji Myoguru, which is almost more than half the matches, and there's just 3 Yorikiris, period. There's Myoguru wins by Yorikiri, Ichinojo wins by Yorikiri, which isn't the most typical Yorikiri of just like, oh, the match starts, Yorikiri. It's a longer, just kind of stall out match. And then Mitaki Yumi with kind of an explosive Yorikiri win over a no-show. So that was nice. There's been a lot of just pushing the last couple months, or last couple tournaments. So I enjoyed that. Yeah, I don't know. Again, predictions for me, I think Shohozan probably going to not have a very good tournament, sadly. Looked fairly dead in the first match against Kaisei. Kaisei actually looked kind of good. Sadanoumi, I think, is probably going to be the best performer of the hometown people, from what I saw. We missed the Sadanoumi match on stream, but Shodai, too, is from close to this area. He's from the same place as Sadanoumi. The guys from this area are Shohozan, Shodai, Sadanoumi, Meisei, Chiyomaru, and Koto Akko. So of those guys, Meisei looked pretty decent. Sadanoumi, though, I think is going to have a good tournament. He's fighting at a low rank, and he actually looked really good. He was against Aqua, though, who's kind of boo-boo, but he looked really strong that match. Sadanoumi did. Yutakiyama got the Fusen win over Tochinoshin, so we didn't see him tonight. Yeah, really strong tournament from Hokuto Fuji. Honestly, I might pick Hokuto Fuji as my dark horse for the U show. If Terano Fuji stumbles a little bit, Hokuto Fuji's fighting at a low enough rank that I think he can get 11 wins. Not that I don't know. Terano Fuji losing 4 seems like a stretch, though. I think this tournament wins probably. You can win or tie for the win if you get 12. I think 12 is a good number. I think if Terano Fuji gets 13, he wins no matter what. I don't think anyone else can get 13. There's no way. But I think 12, yeah. I think 12, if Terano Fuji doesn't go absolutely off, 12 could get to tie him. Takiyasu didn't look bad. Meisei looked good. He did lose, but he did not look bad at all. Yeah, my dark horse picks Hokuto Fuji, I guess. I don't think Abi will win. I think Abi's going to get 10 wins, though. Yeah, Daisho Terano Fuji tomorrow will be interesting. That could definitely be a loss.
And we're streaming together right now. Oh shit! Whoa. Thank God.
Raid?
Yes, thank you. 240.
You might want to mute the host.
Oh my gosh! Welcome, sumo lover.
So funny. Yeah, they always host someone random at the end of these, so it can be a little goofy. Yeah, I would definitely say I'm not gonna. I can't say who's gonna win any kind of special prizes or anything yet. It's way too early to even guess for stuff like that. But again, win totals. Let's see. I'll try to pick. Like, we got. I mean, Teruno Fuji's definitely double-digit wins. I think Abi's going to get double-digit wins. I think Hokuto Fuji's going to get double-digit wins. Mataki Yumi will get his usual 8, maybe 9. Even though he actually did look really good tonight, but that doesn't matter. Mataki Yumi can look like Fuego for a match or two, and it never translates into like an 11, 12 win tournament ever, hardly. So I feel like the only time he's ever gotten double digits was when he's won tournaments, and then I think one other tournament he got 11 wins. Let me look at his page. All right. Mataki Yumi. We've got I guess earlier in his career, actually. But let's see. Okay, so after he won his first title, 13-2, he has not had another double-digit win except the tournament he's won. The next tournament he won, which was a year and a tournament later. And then he has 3 more double digits, but never. Okay, so every time he's gotten 12 wins, he's won, but then one time he got 13-1. So the best he's ever does, basically, other than when he wins, is get 11 wins. So I don't know. I got him for 9. He's had a good year. For as much as I pan him, even though I really like him, he's had a good year. 9-6, 8-7, 10-5, 8-7, 9-6. I mean, that's a good year. It's just disappointing because you're really looking for, promising people to like do more, do better, like really fill in the gaps. So, and I mean, he already has 2 wins. So you look at him, he has 2 wins. He has this long streak of Sanyaku, like he's contending for records. Like he must have more tournaments in Sanyaku than in Maegashira in the top division. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 of his top division tournaments have been in Maegashira. So, and he's had 17 in Sanyaku. So it's almost double, which is insane. Like, I don't know. He's one of the guys I've always liked, but sadly, his best doesn't come out super often. It's just consistent. Mashka Takakage looked like okay. Takakeisho did something different than he usually does, but I'm not willing to hop on that train yet and say he's going to have a great tournament or anything. I got him maybe 9 also, 8, 9. Hoshori looked pretty good. I think at least 8 for him. Yeah, I'm not willing to go double digits on anybody else, really. I don't know. Is anyone in the chat? Let me check. If anyone's in the chat and wants to say anything, ask me a question or something, you can. I'm looking at it. I think I read off a lot of the stuff that I was going to say earlier to everybody. It's just weird, the whole time I've been watching sumo, Hakuho, it's been 6 years and Hakuho's always been there as the fallback. I mean, when I first started watching, Mafuji, Kiseno Sato, and Hakuho were all Yokozunas. So they could sometimes kind of baton pass a little bit, and usually two of them would be there to kind of create drama and end up battling each other. But for the most part, if they were hurt or whatever, they could kind of, one or two of them would be in and the other one could be out. Yeah, Hokuseiho, I watched his match earlier. Hakuho, that's kind of like a kid in his stable. He's 6'5", 375. He looks extremely impressive physically. He wasn't super dynamic today, but it might be a little bit of rust. He had to sit out because of COVID last time because that whole stable had a COVID outbreak. So that was his first match in an official tournament since the one before last. So he hung in there, but he was just a little too upright and didn't really do anything on the offense. So it'll be interesting to watch the rest of his matches. Jurio is pretty loaded, though. So yeah, the Shohozan coming back today made him the 9th oldest person to ever return to Makuuchi, which is kind of interesting. One of the other things, I kind of touched on it earlier, but the fact that only 2 new Rikishi have been added to Makuuchi this year is pretty concerning. Again, with the Ozaki underachieving and the lack of new blood really breaking through into the top division. I mean, it seems like Jurio does have a lot of talent, but it isn't happening that new people are getting into Jurio and then pushing through and up. I mean, I guess a couple have in the last 2 years, but this year it really hasn't happened much. And the 2 guys that have debuted this year, I'm pretty sure are already out of the top division. It was Midori Fuji, who, is gone, and Ichi Yamamoto, who's gone. Both of them already have gotten injured or had losing enough tournaments and got demoted. So, yikes. The only 2 guys that have debuted this year got knocked out, immediately. Yeah, Ichi Yamamoto's down at Jurio 4, and I think Midori Fuji is down. He won today. I saw his match, Jurio 8. Yeah. So, but it takes time. Most people don't just rise up and pop off like crazy. I mean, if somebody does, that's a good sign that they're gonna be really good and they're just a level above or have very innate skill. Which is rare. I feel like we'll all know when something, happens and there's a big time changing of the guard or the real new period starts or whatever. I mean, Teruno Fuji, it's his mantle to raise for now, but I don't know how long he's going to be able to keep it up. I think I told Brendan the other day if his Yokozuna reign lasts a year and a half, more than a year and a half. If it hits 2 years and he's, winning, let's say, 1 of 3 tournaments or maybe even 2 of 3 tournaments and hanging around through a 2-year period, I'll be fairly surprised because I think he's kind of teetering on the edge. He's performing extremely well and he looks really good in all of his matches, but I just get a little worried that, if something happens, he's just done quick. It's not going to be like, oh, we get hurt and sit out a tournament or whatever. But he made a big injury comeback, so maybe I'm babying him too much. I don't know. I just don't feel like it's going to last forever. And I don't see anybody coming and being like a new Yokozuna. So it'd be pretty crazy if we hit a period where we're dead totally Yokozuna-less sumo. I don't know who they would even promote. Like, they can get soft on it all they want, but I don't think anyone comes even close to putting up 30 wins in 3 tournaments anymore. Like, Mr. Consistency maybe, but he hits 27, maybe 28, and it's never awe-inspiring performances. It's like 999. And that's Mitaki Yumi, of course. We talked about him a minute ago. Yeah. We were just spoiled by Hakuho. Akibono, we talked about him earlier. He got promoted in 93 and was the only Yokozuna till 94. And then Takanohana came, and they kind of had their crazy rivalry. And then there were many Yokozuna for a while, at least enough to never have just one. Then we hit the Ashishoryu period, where for 21 tournaments, Ashishoryu was the only Yokozuna. Then Hakuho and Ashishoryu were together. Then Ashishoryu had to retire because of the bar fight. Then 15 tournaments, Hakuho is the only Yokozuna until Harumafuji gets promoted. Then Harumafuji, Hakuho, and then they add Kakuryu to the mix for years and years and years. Harumafuji ends up having to leave because of horse shit. Then Kakuryu retired earlier this year, and then Terunofuji comes, and then Hakuho pretty much retires right after, essentially. And now we're here, November 2021. So we'll see how many tournaments Terunofuji is the only Yokozuna, and we'll see how many tournaments we actually have one. Interesting. Kiriyama is the first Sanyaku from his stable since 2010. So that's been a while. And he's the 26th foreign-born Rikishi to hit Sanyaku. And the last one was Kaisei in 2016. Moshi. Hello.
Continue, Neil. Sorry, we didn't mean to cut you off.
Thank
but
you
we are
so,
back. Thank you so much. We're so glad that you're fucking doing your job.
Yeah, I was worried we were going to have to call you because you had walked away or something, and we came back in the room and you were still going, and I was like, oh, we got to get this guy an edible arrangement.
Yeah. Anyway, Neil,
finish. I was trying. I don't know how good it was, but...
No, it was probably great, Neil. You're very informative, and it really helps on our end of shit.
I don't know how interactive it is. It might just be rambling, but
here's the thing. You're very informative with the whole thing, and we need that. Anyway, finish your thought. You were saying something right before we cut you off. Yeah, Ashishoryu or something in that.
It was basically that Kaisei was the last foreign-born Rikishi to hit Sanyaku, and that was in May 2016. So Kiribayama getting promoted to Sanyaku makes him the 26th and the first in 5 years.
Whew. Wow. All right.
Do you know
CHANKO fact?
There's never been a sumo wrestler from the nation of India.
Well, yeah, I mean...
CHANKO fact.
I don't mean to be a dick, but I mean, I don't think they really...
Great Khali.
No, that guy's Punjab.
What does that mean? That's not a country.
Yeah, but like he's Punjabi. It's different. It's like they got different genes and shit.
Bro.
Dude, Great Khali is an Indian hero. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but he's Punjabi,
What does
isn't
that
he?
mean to you?
I don't know. I always thought it was a country. I got to be honest.
It used to.
No, it's India.
Oh.
Yeah, the Punjab Lasso. You ever read Gaston Leroux's Phantom of the Opera?
Oh, the magical lasso? That's a
Yeah.
Punjab lasso?
La Punjab Lasso.
Is that... Oh, really?
Yeah. He designed a torture chamber for an Indian prince is the backstory. That's how he has a labyrinth.
So, wait, is this in the book?
Yeah.
I've never read the book. I've only read the libretto.
So Punjabi is actually a language.
Oh. What?
Spoken by the Punjabi people.
Right, so they are a race.
Native to the Punjab region of Pakistan and India. So maybe it's... Look at us learning.
Yeah.
He's from Himachal Pradesh, India.
Sure, but
he's
he
49, apparently.
He's 49?
Yeah.
That's crazy that he's living this long. I met him once, actually. That guy is fucking like... okay, so I've met a lot of like pro wrestlers in my day. I had an uncle who was a film producer for WWE since WrestleMania 3.
Wow.
So I've met Cena once. I've met you remember Santino Marella?
Yeah.
I met him. I met him. He's actually American, which is kind of a bummer.
Yeah, I've heard all the Cornette stories about him slapping the shit out of him and stuff.
Oh yeah, he hated Cornette. Fucking I've met Kane. I've met Big Show. I met Khali. I met Kane, Big Show, and Khali all at the same time, and I was like, how is Kane seeming small around these guys and then coming up to me and like he's like 6 refrigerators? Like
Kane's like a whack conservative, dude.
Okay, cool. But
I'm just saying he's got like a mean,
he's got a mean choke slam.
A guy who works for Vince McMahon.
Big shot. Yeah, like dude,
I
come
don't
on.
know. I don't buy that.
I'm surprised Vince McMahon
like
hasn't run for president.
Mayor of a town in like Kentucky now or something.
No, he is. Yeah, Glenn Jacobs. Shout out. Fucking but Khali was so big, but he didn't like. I'll tell you right now, like Big Show seems bigger, but Khali is like physically bigger. Like it's very hard to explain. Yeah. Like, but he's like kind of like built. Like he like whereas like Big Show when I met him, he was still kind of like fat Big Show. So it was like, oh, he's just massive. Whereas like Khali is proportionate.
Rib cage is the size of my body.
Oh yeah, he was, dude. I shit you not, like without a doubt. I mean, definitely the biggest human I've ever met in my life. And Cena, even I'll say right now, like he seems like normal sized ish. Like that guy's hand is a catcher's mitt. Like like those guys are like, and the refs that they get for WWF, I used to think that they were fucking like these like little mice men. Like Earl Hebner's almost 6 foot.
Yeah, a lot of them wanted to be wrestlers.
I mean, I think it's crazy because like if you look back, I mean, Neil, you're a pretty big pro wrestling fan, right? I mean, you've talked about this.
I mean,
you were.
I'm a pretty big pro wrestling fan.
Like,
I'm not anymore at all.
But you understand.
I fucking hate it now. But
what do you feel about AEW?
I don't like it at all.
Really? I mean, as far as like product versus product, though.
Yeah, like a guy that looks like me wrestles people. I'm not really that entertained by that.
Oh, I see what you're saying. But yeah, I don't know. You got to understand.
To quote Cornette, a guy that looks like he works at the Jiffy Lube having hardcore matches on TNT television. Not that entertaining to me.
So I was always I'm from the Philly area originally. So ECW was huge.
Sure.
So we were always like, that was our wrestling. Like you went to like if you saw an indie show where I was from, and I'm from Allentown, Pennsylvania, which is a huge pro wrestling hub, or at least it was 80s and 90s.
Yeah, but let's look at Sabu and then let's look at Joey Janela. It's not comparable at all. That's kind of my point.
I kind of see what you're saying. I think that like you look at guys like Sabu though, and they're more larger than life personalities, and I think their characters are better. Is really what it is. I mean, I think
sure, absolutely.
I think you're having a writing problem and a creative problem, but I will say AEW is a much better product than WWE right now, without a doubt.
I mean, yeah, so is the shit I took earlier.
I mean, dude, it's sad. Like, I mean, like I've really tried to get back into the sport. Well, I mean, you know, I'll call it a sport.
The performance. Yeah.
I mean, I'll call it a sport because, like, you know, and like I've done some like low level indie shit, like non-sanctioned shit, like, but like, you know, we got paid, and like, so I understand like the business of it, and it's like crazy when you think about what's going on? Okay. Sorry, Brendan started playing the YouTube, and it was like we're on a delay. But what I was saying is like I understand like business wise of it. Like you have like when it was regional, like that's such a big thing where I'm from, and like even though like wrestling hasn't been huge where I'm from, in probably 20 to 30 years. Like, when I was a kid, there were, like, multiple bars that would show every pay-per-view. Like, wrestling was such a big part of the culture growing up when I was a kid. Like, pro wrestling. Plus, we have Lehigh University, which is close, which is one of the best wrestling programs in the country, for, like, amateur wrestling. And so it's, like, it was just a big part of the culture when I was a kid. So, like, we knew a lot of inside shit just because, like the Wild Samoan Training Center was up the street from my house.
Well, Pennsylvania has always been a really big wrestling hub. That's where they had the Team Foxcatcher, too. That crazy documentary about that millionaire guy that killed the fucking Olympic gold medalist.
Yeah, the DuPonts. And they had that movie with Steve Carell. Movie was good, but there's a lot of really great documentaries about that, too. But back to the pro wrestling thing is what I'm saying is like when it was regional, dude, like – it's insane to see, like, like, I mean, it was such a, like, the business has changed so fucking much. Because, one, I think that the internet just 100% ruined wrestling. Because, like,
overexposed.
It's just, it's taken the magic out of it. Like, when I was a kid, it's not like I could Google. Like, I remember one time, because, like, I was kind of an insider, so, like, we would get, like, these seats that, like, were comp seats that, like, people who knew people in the like company would get. Like they weren't the best seats, but they were like pretty fucking cool because you were sitting in like the roped off section next to the like hard cam. So it's like you were watching it on TV just in the arena. It was so they were dope seats. But like I remember one time we were sitting next to the pyrotechnic guy, and I was probably like 10, and he's like, I have the whole script right here. I'm the pyrotechnic guy. I was like, what do you mean the script? Like, he just totally, it was like I got told Santa Claus wasn't real. I was like, what the fuck? I looked at my mom. I went, this guy doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. And she's like, and that's the funny thing. My mom used to take me to these things. My dad hated pro wrestling. My mom used to think it was like a fucking rock concert. She loved it. She would like, dude, I'll tell you what, live pro wrestling, I don't give a fuck how bad the product is these days. Live pro wrestling on like a big scale. Fun. Holy shit. Dude, I remember taking a bunch of guys from my boxing gym one time in Pittsburgh and fucking and they were laughing so hard. They were like, this is so gay. Like, I mean, they're a bunch of boxer guys, like, you know, they were saying shit like that. And I was like, no, guys, you got to understand, like, it's an experience. Like, you just got to go. They're like, all right, whatever. The tickets are free. You know, fuck it. And like I took them and they had a blast. Like
it's fun.
We caught a pretty good buzz. We walked in, we had a couple of like fucking beers in our seats, and like they were like, and it's like people watching too, because like, you know, there's a lot of kids that go, and the kids are so audible. Like kids, like I remember like there was this kid that was like screaming at like Ultimo Dragon, and I was just crying laughing. He was just saying like the most nonsensical bullshit in the history of the world. But
dude, I went to an NXT show and
those are
years and years ago. They were really fun.
Original NXT was great. Yeah.
I got what's his name? He was in Team Canada. He ended up managing the crazy like the gimmick in NXT was they were like kind of like post-apocalyptic people. One of them was like a huge guy from God. Why can't I remember his name? Motherfucker. Hold on.
I think I know what you're talking about. I wasn't a religious watcher of NXT. I'll tell you right.
You know who this guy is, though. If I find who he is, you'd know who he is.
Well, while you're
Eric Young. Young.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
yelling at fucking Eric Young, and I was like, Ewa, you fucking suck. And then he like turned around and like started screaming at the crowd, and then everyone started yelling at him. Oh my god, it was so good.
Did you ever go to like
I love going to those NXT
Did you ever
shows.
go to like indie shows though, like a non-corporate, like fucking like independent local show?
No, we had one here for a while, but it was always in the dumpiest building, so I never wanted to fucking go.
Yeah, we used to go to one. It was at the Merchant Square Mall in Allentown, Pennsylvania, which is like indoor farmers market basically. And it was such a low ceiling that no one could do a top rope move, except for they had one little person wrestler who would. And it was run by the guy who ran. So there was a legendary pro wrestling like memorabilia store in my hometown called Pro Wrestling World, Carson's Pro Wrestling World. And when I was a kid, I actually had a birthday there. He used to have a wrestling ring. And there's like video footage of this. I have a VHS of it. We'll get it. It's
very Pennsylvania.
It was, well, my parents were like so nervous because they just let a bunch, like me and my friends, and we were like, I think it was like I was like 10 or 11. I was definitely in elementary school. Fucking, they just let us beat the fuck out of each other in a wrestling ring for like 5 hours. And like we had like a referee who like, and like he kind of like told us the rules, but there weren't really any fucking rules. Like it was insane. Like I remember my one buddy who was like actually a wrestler at the time. Like he like shoot wrestled the shit out of everybody, and it like turned into like this sucks. And then like me and my buddy Corey, we were like huge. And we like power bombed like this kid Tim Croy. He still has a crick in his neck. Like it was literally, I have no, like it was the most Pennsylvania like early 2000s. Like I guess we just don't give a fuck about insurance kind of a situation. Like because somehow no one got sued, and we all got brain damage. So it was.
Prove it.
I don't know what you mean. Like, it's just like
that's more like say that again.
You pinched me, you bitch. Cut your nails. Ow, fuck. I'm a pussy. Anyway,
cool.
I'm just
I've
rambling.
Never been to an indie show really. The only things I've really ever been to is NXT and then some house shows. The coolest thing I was ever at was when I was 6 years old. I went to a live Raw show 6 days before WrestleMania. That was
probably lit. Yeah.
Brett versus Sid in a steel cage.
Oh
for
shit!
The WWF title. That's the coolest thing I've ever been to, and I was 6, and the fucking pyrotechnics went off and like freaked me out because I was 6.
Oh yeah. Fucking like I got to see a couple like pretty cool pay-per-views because like I was close to Philly, and we went to if Pittsburgh came up, we would go to Pittsburgh because like my brother was going to school out there. So we went to No Way Out, and it was when Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero were doing the ladder match for Dominic.
Oh jeez.
So I saw that live.
I'm your poppy.
I saw that live. I saw I'm your poppy. Yeah. I saw that live, and then
Eddie,
dude, that was one of
Eddie was the homie.
Dude, oh my god, Eddie Guerrero by far one of my all-time favorite wrestlers. And then that year we also saw the Royal Rumble where Benoit won the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, he was really good. I liked him a lot.
The Dark Side of the Ring I think covered it pretty well. I think it expressed what pretty much everyone who's a legitimate fan and who grew up during that time watching that guy perform.
I feel bad for his son.
I feel bad. I feel bad for everyone involved because the truth of the matter is like on a professional level, possibly one of the greatest guys to ever do it. And then he, I mean,
CT's serious shit, dude. That's all we got to say, really.
I mean, yeah, and I think the guy had demons. That, like, I think that the WWE wasn't great at, a mental health program either.
No.
I think they were still, and like that's another thing that, like, I'm glad that there's a lot that's changed in the sport, but it's also kind of changed. I mean, I kind of miss chair shots to the head.
But I mean, when they analyze your brain and you pretty much got the same shit as a dementia patient that's like 87 and all the NFL guys that have blown their brains out, I think
right, man. And I was a boxer for 13 years too, so like, I mean, I get it. Like, it's a legitimate problem, but it's like, I mean, how fucking awesome was it when someone just took one right to the fucking chops, right? Like, there's some great fucking chair shots out there.
I know it's wrong. I just don't care.
Oh, God. Like,
I'm pretty sure if you say that to Mick Foley, he probably would.
I mean, dude, he was one of my favorite wrestlers. Like, I mean,
me too.
He does comedy. I've never been on a show with him, and I'm really like, yeah, he does stand up,
dude.
He's
probably one of the best promos ever.
Honestly, though, it's kind of slowed down a little bit. I think. From what I hear, I've heard that from outside sources. I can't say that to my own like knowledge, but they're like, yeah, you can definitely tell he took some chair shots. Like, it's and that's crazy because, like, I mean, there's a lot of my boxing friends that, like, as I've gotten older and they've gotten older, like, guys who, like, I was like, they were fighting professionally when I was like training to like fight, in the capacity that I was fighting in. Some of the guys who were like, brawlers, like puncher boxers who would take shots to give shots, like, there is a little bit of a slow up with those guys, and it's gonna be. There's gonna be, man. I mean, like, it's, and everyone's.
I mean, look at Ali. That guy was hyper intelligent, and I mean, look what happened to him. I mean, fuck.
Look at Chuck Liddell. Like, he was a guy who actually could talk at one point, and like now, I mean, dude. I mean, the recent news about him is insane. Like, this whole domestic violence fucking thing. That, like, it's crazy that, like, I think that the reason we see it so much now is because there's so many optics on this as far as like a combat sport problem. And but I mean, like, I think back in the day this shit was happening all the time, and like just like one newspaper
I hope
would
you
report
didn't compare Chuck Liddell's talking ability to Muhammad Ali though. That's I'm hoping that wasn't.
It's getting close, I'll tell you that fucking much. You know what though, Muhammad Ali was still sharp. Like, he had Parkinson's, but like he like would say shit on like those talk shows while he still had Parkinson's that was like legitimately clever. Yeah, like
people always say whisper something in their ear that was like hilarious or witty. It's not like his brain just shut down, but
I mean, like, just being around combat sports for as long as I have, I mean, you definitely, like, that boxer brain is a real thing that happens. And
punch drunk or whatever.
Yeah, like, and like, it doesn't, like, you can see like what the person's trying to say, you know what I mean, like, or like at least like what like the vibe they're trying to give off is, but you can like see them that they're just like searching for like words like that, that they had probably 5 years ago.
It seems like with sumo, you either just go back to normal or you drop fucking dead when you're like 50.
Right. I mean, it's
Well, because I mean, if you're used to eating that, then you try to stop the workouts. It just catches up with you.
Right, but I think like with
exactly.
One of the Yokozunas quit, and then I can't remember. Maybe it was Hisano Sato. When he retired, he said that he had like these horrible migraines, like just from not hitting his head against people every day. You know, like literally just not working out.
Talk about conditioning.
Yeah, and so it's like to the point where they have to keep going or they burn out.
It's pretty cool.
I mean, I'm no doctor.
It's almost like institutionalized, but like not mental, just physical institutionalized.
Let's get some takes from you guys. It's only one day in, but let's get some takes. I put in the YouTube chat, I put a couple of my takes here. I picked 3 people that I think are going to get 10 wins.
I think the Asian guy is going to win.
I picked somebody other than Terno Fuji that I think could win the tournament. Then I picked the number of wins that I think will win the tournament.
Well, it's not going to be Zensho. We know that for damn sure.
I'm gonna give a Booger Eater opinion. I think that Terunofuji loses. I don't think he wins the tournament. And I also think that Abi makes me happy through most of the tournament.
Okay, so how many wins do you think it's going to take to win the tournament then, Zach?
I think it depends on if Terunofuji's knees give out today or next week.
Okay, but just remove
Whoever
the Terunofuji factor and just pick a number that you think will
out of
give
15.
you the win.
I think we're going to have a double-digit showdown.
I'm going to say 12.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
I
definitely
said
over.
12,
What's the
definitely
total number of matches?
15.
Okay.
I think we're going to have
12
double-digit
to
showdowns.
win or tie is what I said. I said 12 to win or tie. The only person that can hit 13 plus is Terunofuji, and if Terunofuji gets 13, EU shows.
Is that like a default?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I think if Terunofuji gets 13 wins, nobody else is going to be able to achieve 13 wins other than him.
I didn't see anybody today that I thought like, wow.
Yeah, I wasn't like I think everyone had a good showing, but I didn't see a front runner.
What about the bouncer? I liked that throw.
Oh, the guy who like just chucked the guy out of the
Back
fucking
of the scruff of the neck, back of the belt.
Oh
just
my
threw
god,
him into
that
the
was
Gyoji.
so awesome.
Manishki, he might get 8.
Dude, I don't even care. That's definitely Chanko throw of the night. Without a doubt, that's Chanko throw of the night. The guy who fucking chucked the guy into the Gyoji. Oh my god! If that was he treated that Gyoji like he was the Spanish announce table. That was fucking.
I picked Hokutofuji and Abi to get 10 wins and Terunofuji to get 10 wins. Mostly because Hokutofuji and Abi are rated so low that I think they're going to get at least 10.
I think, like I said, I think right now it's interesting how close all the fights. Like there was only a few like, get the fuck out of here, you have no business fucking fighting this guy fights. Like I think they were all pretty. They were all pretty fucking competitive tonight.
And none of the fights were
at least the ones we covered.
The matchups were not set in such a way that like if somebody won the fight you could be like, holy smokes, he's on fire. Like there was no like big unbalanced fights. Everyone was fighting pretty close to their own ilk, and I think that makes it hard to tell on day one what to expect, because
I think people need to start fighting less of their ilk and more of their milk.
I have something for this, I swear to God.
Go ahead, yeah, give it to me.
It's gone.
Damn you.
Strange observation.
Got
Brendan and I have been talking about this the last, I don't know, maybe even year or so.
Am I an idiot?
No. Lots of pushing. No, lots of
math is in on that
pushing.
one.
And tonight, there was only 3 Yorikiri wins the entire night, and the first one didn't happen until over half the matches were done.
Yuri Kiri is
when you grab the
throwouts.
belt.
Yeah.
And force them
Frontal
out.
force out, yeah.
Like a hug and chug.
Well, hug and chug is specifically a patented thing where you grab the belt and then you slam your hips into them over and over.
Yeah, it should be called hug and hump.
Well, it's Japan. So unless he's a 14-year-old girl...
Powerful hip thrusts. Anyway.
Oh, yeah, no, man, that's a great point. I mean, there was hardly any...
4 Oshidachis, 3 Yorikiris.
And one of them was Ichinojo, so it's like, well, yeah.
Yeah, I said that too, actually. If you rewatch when I'm rambling to myself, I said one of them was Ichinojo, so it's not really a regular Yorikiri.
It doesn't even... Because what else is he going to do? Takara Fuji, you can expect that from... Oh, no, but he lost to that, I see. Okay, I'm getting there. I got to look up some of these cool ones.
I think Bobby Elvis goes. I think Bobby Elvis at least is runner up.
I think Takakeisho actually does have a pretty good chance because there's nobody in his way.
Dude, he looked great tonight.
He could use show,
and I think
I'll put him in the running. He's going to get 10 wins at least.
I think he gets stronger every time we sing his theme song.
Well, that's what it is, right? Sympathetic magic.
Yeah, dude, but fucking
like spirit bomb.
What about my bum?
I'm saying it's like a spirit bomb. We give him.
I'll give you a bum.
He's had a weird year, I'll tell you that. January 285, March 10-5, May 12-3, July 1-2-12, September 8-7. So he's had a very strange year.
5-4-6-3. Yeah, right. Get real.
Yeah,
Get
it's
real.
is he healthy or not? Basically,
He
did look all right tonight.
I think he's. Well, how old is he?
Was he king of the trees?
96. Yeah, he's young as hell.
The tree meister.
So really, I think we can expect to see a resurgence from Takayasu. It's not like Takayasu where he got an injury and then now he's done basically. And it's hard for me to admit that, but I don't think Takakeisho is the same story because he's
Prop bet. Does Bernie Sanders come in with the steel chair?
It's so. I just like last night messaged or like this morning.
Bernie
Neil,
Sanders.
My U-show prediction is and who is what the heck? Hakuho
With the steel chair. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
It did.
That's Hakuho's music.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hakuho is running security.
What a fucking loser.
Magaki Oyakata. He's like watching. Some other commentator made a point about how Asa Shoryu is, I think, going to be in the audience, and he's like feisty, and they're just happy that Hakuho is running security because he's got to throw him out of the.
Oh god, that would be such a funny thing.
Put him
like
in his play. The only man in Japan who can.
Sumo has backstage brawls all of a sudden.
Dude, it's the only way they're going to be able to have any stars. It's
We
gonna
got-
be
we
like
got
fucking
Haku-
pro
we got
wrestling.
Hakuho.
They got to bring back the old
Locker
guys.
room
we
trash talk.
we put 3 people in the boiler room, and Hakuho's coming in with a fucking bat.
And we laugh, but here's the thing. Look at the trajectory of MMA. It was all like legit and respectable, perfect. And most guys were like humble and like proper martial artists. And then what happened? McGregor came in and like heel game WWE.
It was before McGregor, but
You're right
like,
about that.
Yeah. Like
But,
I think
like-
Brock Lesnar was the big start of that. Like when he became a legitimate force, because he like used to say crazy shit on the mic.
That's a good point. My
Like,
whole
he-
thing is though that
yeah.
just that it happens inevitably when a sport needs to take it from one level to the next.
I think it's a westernization of the sport. to
You're
be
right about
honest.
that, though.
Like that's not. I mean, I think just with the more face slaps that we see in Japan, in sumo. Like I remember, like when you first introduced me to the sport, like we used to say, like it was like a dishonorable thing to face slap, like
Wow,
as much
to
as
some
people
extent.
do.
Yeah, like right off the bat, Hakuho will like get like a slap right in the face.
We talking like up under the chin, like a palm heel, or
Oh no,
like a bitch slap
no,
to the
they would
face?
like just
Sometimes it's like a forearm shiver. He'll
Yeah,
like try
yeah,
to
yeah.
knock a dude
Yeah.
out right off the bat.
It's a
that's
timing
illegal.
disruption more than anything.
sure, but I
Had to
mean, like
close
it's
the eyes.
not a, it's like not a, favorable way to fucking win. Like I mean, you know what I mean? And it's like, but I see it a
Certainly
lot
doesn't
more.
look like a Yokozuna.
According to people that aren't competing, is the problem.
Well, true. No.
ultimately.
Dude, trust what?
Take one headphone.
Trust me. I'm saying that fucking. We're looking at a. I think we're seeing more of those. More of those. Trust me, it's huge. The forearm shiver. It's the best forearm shiver. I think that you're seeing more of those techniques being used because it is exciting. I mean, when someone starts
I
bleeding,
think the
it's
biggest
fucking
thing
cool.
is if I'm in a position where if I go 7-8, my job security becomes less, but I go 8-7. I don't care if there's an asterisk by old people that sit there in the backstage and criticize me to the fucking papers. If I'm still in there, they can't just ban me for doing shit that's not against the rules.
Right.
So it's dumb. It's like the fucking unwritten rules. It's when it's someone's career. I mean, who cares?
I
That's-
think
that's-
I have
that's where
similar
I
thoughts
land.
about
That's where I land on it. I gotta be like 100%.
association football all the time. Like you know how like the refs are just horrible, and and I don't know if you watch soccer, but there's nonstop flopping, and sometimes it's just like you're playing against the refs, but they can't say you didn't put that ball in that net. So it's like really the goals speak for themselves. It's
Right.
not exactly the same situation, but it's like, they can say whatever they want and try to like jack it up and lean everything against you. But if you win, you win. Like it's as simple as that.
So we're getting just real quick, not to interrupt, but we are getting close to our time cap for the end of our
Yeah, I
post
got
show.
a couple.
We got a couple of things we want to talk about. I'm gonna let Brendan take it away for right now.
The first matter of business is our schedule. We're here tonight for you. We're gonna be here tomorrow night.
I think that what's gonna happen. I think what we've decided is we will be on for the 15 days. But we're gonna have some guest hosts come in. Neil's gonna be with me for most of the night tomorrow until Brendan gets here, right?
The only guarantees we can make is the weekend days. We're talking about coming back on day 7, 8, and 9.
We'll post on the website.
And but I think that for the most part we're gonna cover most of the tournament, a lot more than we did last time. We've done away with the day 1, day 3, day 5 kind of thing. We're gonna really try to stay as consistent as we can, mostly for you guys, the viewers. We do have regular jobs right now, so that's kind of one of those things that does get in the way. But we're gonna, as I said, we're really committed to this, and we really want to make this a thing because we really love doing it.
Yeah, like I have interviews all week, and I'm still going to be trying to rock out with this as much as possible. So what people can expect is a few days that we'll miss, but more days on than off. And like, tell them where they can find the schedule at the website. Like, where's the website?
Oh yeah, go ahead, Brian.
We're at ruckusfightsnyc.com, and we're gonna have all kinds of cool content for you, which is actually the next matter of business. So just know that we'll be here on the weekends when you're free and up all night watching, and we're going to try to do as much of the weekdays as we can. And
we have a Westerner schedule for some other shit that we're working on.
Yeah, we're gonna try to get some calcio, some left away, some stick fighting. We're gonna see if I'm gonna try to find some videos of rough and tumble, which is like an American eye gouging martial arts.
I've heard about this. It's goofy. We're also gonna try to cover some of the rough and rowdies that are gonna be coming up from Barstool Sports, and we're also gonna try to cover the Celebrity Freak Show boxing fights. Most notably, we're looking at Tyson Fury's brother, Tommy Fury, fighting the biggest fucking joke in the history of combat sports, Jake Pissant Paul. I genuinely think that if Tommy Fury doesn't just mutilate this guy, I'm gonna hang myself. So we'll do that live.
Pay-per-view.
Well,
You're not getting that one for free.
Yeah, that'll be a Patreon episode because we have to pay to fucking watch it.
Chris brought up a moment ago that he's doing all kinds of things all week, and so this is where we say Rare Air Live.
Yeah, right? Shout out to our studio, Rare Air Live Productions.
So we are. We're here.
You can find us on Instagram at Rare Air Live, correct?
That is correct indeed.
At Rare Air Live on
Queensland,
Instagram.
Australia.
Yep, and rareairlive.com as well to see a bunch of different shows, or if anybody out there would like a show, do a lot of remote production for you.
Yep. Chris is definitely the best at the fucking job. I've worked with a lot of studios. No shitting on anybody I have worked out with in the past, but as far as like someone who's definitely committed to your brand, if you're looking to do a podcast, a fucking, I don't know, whatever the fuck you people do out there.
Little chat show.
Little chat show with your fucking cat. He'll do it. And he can do it over Zoom or whatever the fuck you people are on. He even has Skype. He's fucking rocking it old school with the MSN bullshit. Big shout out to our production. Neil. Honestly, yeah, it was Neil.
Thank you, gentlemen. It's a very fun time.
Neil. Yeah, it was Neil.
It was a great time.
Big shout out to Chris for helping us do all the nerd shit. Because I'm a fucking caveman. I just say crazy shit and get paid to do it. So, oh god, Neil, stop taking bumps. Anyway.
Next down the list is we're gonna thank our sponsors.
Yes. Andy Cap's hot fries.
And the cheddar fries, too. I'm actually pretty fond of.
I've never had the ranch, though.
Me either. We should get him on the show.
I don't know. Ranch is kind of like fucking hillbilly ketchup. I'm not a big fan of ranch.
Ichinojo's plum wine.
We'll do a live rating next week or something.
Tasty Cakes fruit pies. Thank you so much.
Coors Light.
I'm going to add a sponsor in here. American Public Television, because without that, I wouldn't have gotten into sumo.
Is that PBS?
PBS, baby.
PBS, baby.
Yes, sure, I guess.
Thanks to the Arthur Vining Davis Foundation.
I'd also like to thank the Academy for just ruining movies for the past 20 years.
I'd like to thank Jesus.
So Zach and I are going to have a 2-man booth tomorrow?
Yeah, it's just going to be me and you.
Oh my god, that's going to be funny as hell.
Booger eaters versus like the guy who knows everything about it.
I might come in for the post show, but
I can get you on video if you want, Neil.
Yeah, Neil, if you can get a camera going tomorrow, that'd be
I'll
good.
have the webcam.
And then also
I gotta babysit some tigers.
Yeah.
And all that's left is a sign off. So
also Amazon dungarees. Was it? What was it?
No, it was Arizona pants.
Oh right, Arizona pants. Makes good tea, makes better pants.
Still 99 cents.
99 cent pants.
Choice for men's 26.36
at 99 cents a pop. Guys, I have been Zach Petrovich. I had a great time hanging out with you. You can follow me at Zach Petrovich Comedy on Instagram.
I'm Brendan Eicholzer. the face of American Sumo.
And
Chris, our producer, and thank you so much, Neil, for being on the show. You're the backbone.
Yes, absolutely. Keeping us as legitimate as humanly possible.
I appreciate it, guys.
Anyway, guys, it's been a great pod. We're going to get to you tomorrow. And, yeah, take it easy. We'll see you on CHANKO, baby.